let's see if they can hear us again. Eh?
Well, I hope they can. There's not much good doing a podcast if
they can't
hear us.
They're just going to sit there and watch the screen.
But at least they had the entertainment of the Birdman.
They did.
All right, we're live. Oh, I know that's episode 1. Where is everyone?
Can you go to our channel?
I'm trying to. I'm seeing Jennifer Aniston.
All right, well, we have got a viewer. Let's see. Can everyone hear us okay?
Viewer, are we live? Oh, me. Not even popping up on the live for me. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, we're live.
Yeah,
yes.
Beautiful. All righty.
We're having some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. But we're all good now.
We apologize for that. Welcome to the Mitch and Alex Show. He's Mitch. I'm Alex, and joining us today is the Birdman, Phil Picasso.
Well, let's be real. There's no you can't imitate the real Birdman.
No, you cannot.
What do you mean I can't imitate the real Birdman? I'll do anything for the fans, mate. If I'm going to do anything for the fans, it's imitate Birdman to perfection.
We're big Birdman supporters.
It is. It's the Birdman, Phil Picasso.
I'm the real
Phil Picasso, yeah.
I'm the real McCoy.
Hello, David, Aussie Observer, and Keanu.
Yeah. Well, I'd just like to start off with, we're sponsored by Bulldogs Glass and Property Maintenance, as well as Amy's Crystal Cleaning Services and Raptastic Graphics.
There's a new sponsor box.
Yeah, that is Raptastic Graphics.
Tell the people about them.
They do all sorts of car wraps and, pretty much it's all to do with like the wrapping and colours. I've got a list somewhere.
They make the cars.
I've got a post on all the social media, so if you guys want to get in contact with any of our sponsors and access their services, there's posts up there.
Definitely do that because they support the podcast. They do a great job. They're putting money in Alex Box's pocket.
They are.
He's a young entrepreneur making tons of money from this Australian wrestling podcast.
I am.
Go out and support the sponsors.
Do it. Well, let's just get right into it. How was your weekend, Mitch?
Well, it's been a weekend. Thursday we loaded the ring up here. You were present for that.
I was, yeah.
Here at All Star HQ, and Friday we did the show, Batemans Bay.
Bash at the Bay.
Bash at the Bay #2. And what a great venue, Alex Box.
It was a fantastic venue. Honestly, one of the best venues I've ever been in.
I'd say one of the best venues in all of Australian wrestling. It
I
has
agree.
to be up there.
I agree. I don't know. There's just a certain atmosphere that it gives. It's incredible. And even like everything from like the dressing rooms to the backstage area.
Backstage areas like WWE, you
It
lose
is.
people in there.
You know, there's so many doors and monitors and everything everywhere. It's nuts. Everything's automatic as well. You got to have a buzzer to buzz into different places.
They've got 4 dressing rooms and a green room.
Yeah.
And it's just like the green room would normally be the size of our normal backstage area.
Yeah, it was nuts. The venue was really good. We had a really good crowd. Well, at least I'd say so. What do you think, Mitch, once you're done sipping on your room Pepsi?
No, the crowd is always good in Batemans Bay. They're excited. They're happy to be involved. Passionate wrestling audience down there, and we were competing with the boxing, and we still had a respectable turnout. So if there's any Batemans Bay people watching the fight,
if anyone from Batemans Bay is tuning in, I highly suggest you get down. When do you think we'll get down there next? You're saying roughly around January?
Hopefully. They usually like to go in the school holidays, so we can have a chat with Adam down there, who's also a great guy, and hopefully work something out because January was popping last time.
The entire crew down there were amazing.
Birdman, what do you think?
No tea parties up there. Okay, what straight up shoot for the fans.
Thanks, Birdman. Let's go into it. So the opening match was Aries versus Vinnie Bronson for the Eastern States title.
Yes, it was.
What do you think?
It was good. It was a good opening contest. It was what you'd want from an opener. I usually like to be able to watch the matches back before I can give a proper review because I only watched it live. So always like to give that second watch so I can see everything up close. But from what I saw, great little opening match. And Aries, of course, picked up the dub. He's still the Eastern States champion.
Rating and defending. He'll go into What show? What's our next show? It's
Newcastle.
Steel City
City
Madness.
Madness,
It's
that's
Newcastle.
Yep.
Do we know who he's going to be defending against? Just
That'll actually be announced next week.
next
next
week. There you have it, folks. Next week.
Contracts are being signed and things are being worked out, but it's looking like there'll be a big match announcement next week.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
So Aries defeated Vinnie Bronson for the Eastern States title, and
To retain the Eastern States.
what
Then
was match 2? I can't remember.
Azalea versus Jasmine. Jasmine won in a good match. And match 3, the Puppet.
Oh, the puppet. Oh, wait. Here he is now. I'll just go and get him. Yeah, no tea parties with the puppet. That guy's the real McCoy.
Well, while we wait for the Puppet, there was also the Hell Yeah Hype Corner.
There was the Hell Yeah Hype Corner.
Tony Cruz and Luke Watts got into it a little bit.
Wow, the puppet is he's making an appearance. Hello, Puppeteer.
Oi, where you going? Where you going?
I'm
See you,
going back to
Batman.
Queensland.
Enjoy,
Oh.
Rocky.
All right,
Ladies and gentlemen,
He says he's going back to
the
Queensland.
Puppeteer.
The
See you,
Puppeteer.
see you, Birdman.
Bye, Birdman. Bye.
Uh,
Yeah, no tea parties. Yeah.
He's ranting about tea parties on the way out.
Yeah.
No tea parties.
I love the Birdman. He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm the only one crazy enough to replace his void one day when he retires at 85.
Hey, I hope he never retires.
I hope
Anyway, Puppet.
I'll be a tag with him anyway.
How was Batemans Bay, Puppet?
How was Batemans Bay?
Woo! That was good.
You loved it.
Yeah, I rode with these guys on the way.
We did. We all rode together as well.
You know how entertaining this guy is on the podcast? He's so good. He's the most boring.
Oh, he is so shit, isn't he?
Man,
He
this
sleeps
guy's
in the.
entertaining.
Oh, I appreciate it. He sleeps in the back seat.
I slept in the back seat on the way back because it was freaking 1 a.m.
Nah, unacceptable.
All right, hey, you slept as well. All right,
I've
you
been
fell
around a
asleep
while.
before I did.
I've been around a while.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
That's true. Good point. I'm getting stale.
I will give it to him though. He paid for both our Maccas.
Yeah, see, I'm a good guy.
And look, I tell you what, I ordered a lot. I ate my body weight in Maccas, I reckon.
He took advantage of the freebies. Anyway, B-Boy and the Puppet teamed up and they took on without warning, and you guys were screwed out of the tag titles, Puppet.
Yeah, that was a tough situation because they got B-Boy's mask off and then B-Boy didn't want to reveal his face.
They
and
did
then-
what Tony Cruz did to B-Boy back in May,
Yeah.
and it seems like people are going to target that now.
Yeah, then I
Needs to tighten that
I
mask.
couldn't handle the double team, and it was over for Puppet.
It happens, Puppet.
Yeah, it was over.
Is your puppet okay?
Puppet's okay, but man, Morgan was strangling Puppeteer with the puppet,
Horrifying.
and Puppet was doing well against Otis, and then Otis went for it. Puppet went on top, started dancing on him. It was wild.
Anson Davis.
Couldn't get the tag titles. That would have been sick, especially with B-Boy.
And in
Too
such a beautiful place like Batemans Bay as well. But it wasn't to be.
Nah,
But you know what? You may get another shot.
it would be cool. I love B-Boy. The crowd love him, and I want to reap in the rewards of the crowd reaction. Hey, I'll partner with this guy, veteran and rookie. Hey, I like them apples. Two most colorful dudes in professional wrestling.
That's right.
Join forces. Aside from Hell Yeah, he's very colorful.
He's more colorful than color.
Yeah,
That's
he's got
right.
everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, we then had J-Law versus Keegan.
We did.
That was another great addition to their feud. They've been feuding all over Padstow, and now they've taken it to Batemans Bay, and there was a disqualification ending there. Alex, tell the people what happened.
Judy Law, the wife of J Law, I guess.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they have the same last.
They've got the same last name.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
they
must
must
be
be.
husband and wife.
They
Yeah.
must be.
So Judy Law, I guess you could say J Law's wife, I guess we could say.
J-Law's partner
Partner.
in law enforcement.
Partner in
Yeah,
law enforcement.
That's why not crime.
No.
Judy Law got involved and cost
Keegan the match.
Keegan the match.
Disqualification.
I guess Keegan won by.
Well, he won by disqualification.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how Keegan
Yeah,
likes
so
winning.
Judy Law came in and who's that? Jay's son? I don't know who that is.
Hi, Jay, son.
Special man Jace, of course.
Is it Special Man Jay?
I hope it is. Special man Jace, if that's you, give us a 1 in the chat.
Yeah, so Judy Law got involved and cost Keegan the match, only for Jasmine Brettle, the first lady of All-Star Wrestling,
Yes.
to make the save. And that led into an intergender tag team match.
Yeah, and
where
the
Brettles win.
Brettles were successful in that one, and we're hoping to bring some footage.
Yeah.
All right, we know who it is.
I blew a kiss at We Love Puppet and love the puppeteer. I didn't blow a kiss at Jasmine. I don't want to get my ass whooped by Big Kigsy B. So
Yeah.
don't misinterpret that.
Anyway, after the intergender tag, we had Tony Cruz and Luke Watson, an absolute banger.
It was.
And Tony Cruz pulled out the big win.
He did. He pulled out the big win.
And, Luke Watson's been a number one contender for the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight title a fair few times, a former tag team champion. He's done pretty much everything you can in All-Star. And Tony Cruz picked up a huge victory, probably his biggest win in All-Star since his return.
Yeah, that is true. Mitch, sorry, can you just move over here? Because all I can see is
Oh.
a cheek and ear and it's bothering me.
I want the people to see the puppet.
Yeah, no, of course. The
No worry. No worry.
How good.
No tea parties, right, Birdman?
And then the main event, Wes Williams, he defended his heavyweight title for the very first time against Dan Archer, and he came out successful.
That's right.
So he will now move on to Steel City Madness, where he faces Otis.
And look, there was an altercation backstage between Morgan Rose, Otis, and Wes.
There was.
And we talked about that yesterday on the social media. Social media team was present, so there is some heat.
Yeah.
Although there was already a lot of heat between
Well, I mean, this is a rivalry that's been going on
for months.
For months.
Yeah. Since January when Keegan returned, they've been beating up Wes. So it's a big main event for Newcastle. I'm personally very excited to see what goes down, and fingers crossed that Wes Williams picks up the win.
Yeah, Wes Williams, what a guy. He's just an absolute star. Batemans Bay loved him. Padstow loves him. Who doesn't love him?
And he's a
You love
viewer.
him, Puppeteer?
Yeah, but I'm the new Wes because I'm with Hell Yeah now. Wes has moved on to other things.
That's right. Yeah, you
I'm
kind of
the
are.
new Wes.
But Wes is a viewer of the podcast. I go, so you're a fan? He goes, well, I don't know about that, but I do watch. Wes, you're a fan.
You're a fan.
You're a
Wes,
fan.
if you're watching this, which you will be because you're a fan, you're a fan.
If you watch both episodes, you're a fan.
Yeah, if you watch both episodes, you're a fan. By the way, just a quick plug, make sure you follow all our social medias at the Mitch and Alex Show, and also follow All Star Wrestling Australia on social media while you're at it.
Appreciate the plug box.
No problem, anytime. Let's talk about the car ride, because I spent 6 hours in the car with these blokes, and
So Alex Box is new to the wrestling business, as we all know. He's a trainer. He's only just started out, and this was his first car ride, I guess, to a show that was longer than 40 minutes because he went to the Collecticon.
I did, yeah.
How was it, Box? How was your first trip? I remember my first trip. I think
You've been around a while,
it
Mitch.
was a
You've been around a while.
long time ago. Jeez, where was my first trip? Let me think about that. You tell us about your trip.
Look, my trip was long. Having to listen to these two bozos go on for hours was rough. Every time I pulled my phone out to respond to a message, or even just check the time, get off your phone, Box.
And we slap his hand as well.
Yeah, you woke me up by like smacking me in the leg repeatedly. That was
Not in a bad way, though.
No.
Because people will be like, oh, see, Mitch is abusive.
No, he was tapping me on the ankle.
Thank you.
It was a lot.
People are just waiting to cancel me, Alex.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
You're giving them hour.
I'm burying you.
Yeah.
Nah. Look, it was good. We had Macca's. We were screaming at people out the window.
You were
Except
doing
I was screaming at people out the window. We were singing some songs. He was trying not to fall asleep.
No, the puppet was pretty good.
I just thought of hot girls, and then my girlfriend sent me a picture of her jugs, and then I was like, man, I gotta make it home. I'm not dying now. And then I was good.
Oh, no. Well, it's just gone to MA 15 plus. We usually like to be a PG show, but
I mean, I did click not for kids on the.
oh, thank God, because the last thing we need is little Jimmy coming in and up in his potty mouth, Little Jimmy, that works well.
Jimmy, sorry, I thought that was on purpose. Yeah, no. What else have we got?
Oh, Box, you haven't come very prepared.
No, I haven't.
It's
Well,
10 minutes in.
I'm sorry. How was your week, Puppeteer?
Alright, I'm just gonna tell you. Remember in the car, I was talking about. I had. He was bored, but you were like, okay, so you have beef with a certain individual if he's disrespected your girlfriend, and I was like, yeah, and then they realized.
No, we're not talking about that publicly
They
anymore.
realize I'm crazy, blah blah blah. New incident last night with another dude, and he got put in his place. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm a little bit shooken up because it got heated after that.
Tell us about it.
Party.
Tell us about it.
I seen him walk out. Some dude. I was like, thanks for telling me, because I wanted to confront this guy.
Now, just to confirm, this wasn't at the show. Our show was Friday.
It was Friday.
Yeah.
This is Saturday on your own time.
Yeah, Saturday in my own time, and then I seen a guy walk out. I was like, I'm walking out. And then after And then after I just called him over, and then long story short, I just said, like, basically I have a problem with it. And then yeah, he as you could see, he was scared, obviously, because why wouldn't he be up? He's gonna whoop his ass. And
He's
then
a large man.
they didn't want me to do this in the house, and I said I'll do it out the front. And then after and I know, and Johnny starts going like, "What's this?" Because he's a cop in real life, so he's probably doesn't condone this. But all right, apology accepted. And then I said,
Nobody apologized to you. Tim.
oh, all right. Well, maybe I should apologize. And then I was like, all right, well, I'll give you a clean slate, but you're gonna apologize, and this is what you're apologizing for. And then I say, she's over it. This is a long time ago. Disrespect. I was like, yeah. Well, guess what? I got a problem with you. And then and then eventually he could see all the other guys were like, ooh, we were on your side, but now we're on Puppeteer's side. They don't know me as Puppeteer, obviously. And then they were like, he didn't have anybody's help because everybody realized, geez, this guy has a point. Suffers the consequences. And then he swallowed his pride, and then he had a clean slate. But then I started accidentally having beef with a guy, which I did not want to have a problem with. And then as I'm leaving, he's like, get out, get out, get out. Because, I don't know, maybe I went a little bit too far.
Can we just talk about how Tim,
I don't know what you're talking about, to be
it
honest.
sounds like his life is such a, it's chaotic.
You know what I did yesterday? I slept and recovered from the show. This guy, he's at parties, he's getting into
I slept till
fights.
3 p.m.
I don't normally do that. But then he got close to me. I was like, you're getting too close to me. And I got intense. And then he was like, ooh, it was like real intense. And then after the father separated him. And then I was like, all right, he's not moving. Then I'll go. I was like, it's like the ego's at stake.
The puppet, usually not a violent guy, but don't cross him.
Dude,
No,
my favorite thing
unless he's in the
world,
ring.
Batemans, my favorite thing.
Yeah.
All the kids are taking pictures with me. I was like, after, well, they take pictures with like all the wrestlers, obviously. But like,
I heard B-Boy took the most.
oh, man, I got heaps. So I don't know about that. I got heaps.
I saw
Probably.
Keegan and Jasmine taking a lot of photos.
Yeah,
They are very popular.
I got maybe almost 10. I don't know.
David Bullock says, boo to Tony Cruz. Love to boo him. Honestly, as much as we love to boo Tony Cruz, we can't deny how much of a talented individual he is.
Well, look, to make the all-star roster, you have to be a talented individual, and your personality doesn't matter. So, like, Tony Cruz, yeah, he's a bit of a dick, but yeah, he can go in the ring, and that was proven when he beat Luke Watts.
Yeah, because Luke Watts is a top talent. He's been around for a very long time.
Luke was around, let me tell you this, when I was a kid, Luke was around, and he was like a main event guy when I was a kid. And, like, he's still a young dude.
You're great now.
I am, yeah. But I'm saying Luke's a young dude. He started really young, and everyone was talking about how Luke was this major prospect back then, and he's developed into a phenomenal wrestler.
Yes.
He's really good, and Batemans Bay loved him, and Luke Watts has been a all-star mainstay for a very long time.
David Bullock says Tony Cruz reminds him of Wes when he was a baddie.
A little bit, yeah.
They have similar tendencies.
Similar tendencies.
Yeah, there's a vibe.
But Tony Cruz he's a undeniable talent, and I think
Tony Cruz has always been that way as well, because he was in All Star for the first year.
Yeah,
I think, or first 2 years, and he was just a great talent then, and now like he's still great now, and probably better now. To be honest, he's got more experience. He's wrestling better guys, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, his match with B-Boy, The Night to Remember, was incredible.
Yeah, that was cool when he took the mask off B-Boy. Did B-Boy have another mask on or something?
He did. He tricked him.
Yeah, and then B-Boy rolled him up, and then everyone screamed.
It was a huge reaction.
And that was the loudest thing.
B-Boy is beloved in Padstow, and
B-Boy is beloved all over the
as
world.
David said, the people love to hate Tony Cruz.
They do.
B-Boy was very popular in Batemans.
B-Boy is popular everywhere. He's popular all over the world. Everyone loves to cheer B-Boy.
Yeah.
And rightly so. Rightly so. B-Boy is a legend.
One day I'll tag with him again.
B-Boy's great. Yeah. Well, what could I say? I love B-Boy. I book him, and yeah.
All the kids like him, and they all like me as well, and that's why me and him as a tag team is the coolest.
But you're a tag team with Hell Yeah.
You are. You're part of the Undesirables.
Yeah, like I don't even understand what Undesirables is. It's kind of like everyone's called it, kind of fizzled out into things. Piracy has become more of a thing again. So then that means what? Well, they were reversing each other last time. Like, I'm glad I got to fill that void, to be honest. Being with Hell Yeah has benefited me hugely as gap filler, especially at Night of Champions. That was
Night to
best-
remember.
Oh, at Night to Remember, like 2 weeks ago. That was huge benefit for me. Like,
Box, read some comments. I see Just Jay making some comments. I see.
Jason says, cooked af. Cooked af. David Bullock says he's a fantastic addition, I assume referring to Tony Cruz. We haven't got very much interaction today. We're pretty boring today, aren't we, boys?
I don't think so.
No?
I think we've run down Batemans Bay, and now let's jump into something else. Box, what do you got?
We've got State of Origin this Wednesday. And
But nobody cares about that. Let's be
no,
real.
yeah, Tim skipped that. Yeah, Tim,
wake me up when this happens.
Yeah, wake me up when
September
that
ends.
happens.
Wake me up when September ends.
For the Pup Man, favorite match as a wrestler, favorite match as a fan. So, what was your favorite match as a wrestler, and what was your favorite match as a fan?
To watch as a fan, I liked Robbie Eagles versus Keezy. Yeah.
At
Out
the
of
St.
all-
Mary's show.
It's a marriage show.
I think
Chris
it was
Masters
survival of the.
We talked about this match last week. Everybody loves
He
that match.
likes that. But I'm just gonna say it. That was the next day after Mikey Lord incident. Sorry. But fucking I haven't spoken, alright? And then bang, Puppeteer rocks up. I did the seminar with Chris Masters.
Yep.
And then I was there that night to watch all the action, and I was like, that guy's good. That Aries guy, I don't condone that devil worship stuff on his pants, but that guy is good.
He's very good.
And then I watched the Robbie Eagles and Keezy, and I was like, oh my God. And then Keezy retired, which I was like, no way. You're coming back, man. You're coming back. And you're facing J Law. You're doing all these things. You're coming back after that shoulder recovery.
Favorite All-Star match that you've been in, Puppet?
Being in?
Yeah. You haven't had that many. You've only been around about 6 months.
Maybe. Oh man, that's really
J-Law?
difficult. I want to say J Law still.
Was it the Batemans Bay match the other night? That was a
The
great
tag
match.
ones were good.
Yeah.
The tag
When
ones
we
were
teamed up
good.
against Paris.
But that Hell Yeah moment, like but being in the main event, like again, void filler, like it could have been Keezy and Hell Yeah coming out. Like when without warning took it to a little bit too far and slammed Wes on the freaking wooden boards and peeled that stuff off. It was
You
like
guys come running out.
it was like, bro, they're taking it too far, man. They're taking it too far. And then like to be there on a night of champions, like
Night to remember.
a night to remember. Sorry, apology accepted. And then and I got to tag, and it was fun. And then it got serious in the main event. I got to be part of the biggest show ever of the year for
Yep.
All Star in the main event as well. It was like that was a night to remember for me.
There you go. Yeah.
Tonight
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Yeah, but otherwise, an All Star, I would have to say J Law. But I'll tell you who's going to surpass that, with all due respect to J Law, because that guy is a monster. That would have to be the day that is going to be Jack Dullahan versus the Puppeteer. You guys are going to be blown away with what we do together. We are so different, yet so similar. He's tall, dark, and handsome, and so am I. And we are going to absolutely tear it down. I don't know if I can beat that guy. I'll use my puppet, maybe.
Humble as always.
Oh, Puppet, you say you're tall, dark, and handsome as well. Do the girls dig the green hair?
Nah.
They don't. I didn't think so.
Wrestling fan girls do,
Oh.
but not normal girls.
He's saying wrestling fan girls are not normal
Just
girls.
quickly, comment from Jay Sun.
Yeah.
Favorite or what Australian local talent would you want to wrestle?
Oh,
Mad question. You guys are good. This is good.
Jason's got some good
He
questions.
does. What a guy.
Honestly, I'm so lucky because bucket list started getting ticked off at All Star. I had like just even the collector cons in Penrith is a big deal for me. I got to face Jack Dullahan. I got to face Aries. I got to face Keegsy. Like I had
That was a good match.
that was his first singles match
Back.
in singles competitor. Like I know it's not in front of the iconic Pat Stoke, but like
It counts.
it was still
It's on
his
his
first
record.
singles match back since Robbie Eagles. And I Keegsy and J Law are they are intense. Like they are real intense. There's nothing like those two. But if I had to pick anyone to go up against, Dream, and I've already gone up against Jack Dullahan like twice in the past. A lot in 2019, he broke his arm in our match. Like we're always going to have, like he was out for 7 months. Like that wasn't with like All Star or anything. That was way before anything. Like so, my dream would be. I don't want to keep saying Jack Dullahan. I'm trying to say someone new. But
Just say Jack Dullahan.
If it's Jack Dullahan, say Jack Dullahan.
It's 100,000,000% Jack Dullahan.
Jack Dullahan. He also asked me, Jason asked me who I'd like to wrestle when I'm training. I think my number one would be Keegan. Just because it was, I guess, the first Aussie wrestler that I kind of built a friendship with, and now he's my trainer, so it'd be a real special moment for me to wrestle Keegan Brill. Jason also asked, Special Man Mitch, anyone on your radar that hasn't worked All-Star?
Oh, good question, Jason.
He's good.
He is good. He's got a lot of questions
Wonder
for
where
us.
it's from.
Is there? Yeah, I wonder. Is there anyone on our radar? I think I mentioned somewhere before. Like I spoke to Lazar. Lazar, if you're watching, I love you. I spoke to him for 3.5 hours. He asked that question. I said Mick Moretti would be one. Mikey Nichols over in Perth. He was meant to come in like 2 years ago. Would love to get him.
Yeah.
Pretty much any of the all-stars of Aussie wrestling that haven't been in, I'd love to have them. Because we've had the majority. We had Damian Slater, Slex, Adam Brooks, Carlo Cannon, Robbie, Shazza, all of them.
Yeah.
But it's like Nichols, Davis Storm as well, and Moretti. They're kind of the all-stars that haven't been in.
Yeah.
Ryan Eagles as well, Tyson Gibbs.
David Bullock said he'd pay to see the match between me and Keegan. I appreciate that. I'm not that good yet, so I don't know that you would pay for it. But
I think right now Keegan's beaching about 3
Someone
minutes.
who I haven't wrestled yet, though, I would have to say I would want to go in the ring with Birdman because there's no one as crazy as him, but I am the second craziest.
I would pay to see that.
I would pay to see
Thanks.
Puppeteer versus Birdman.
Thanks.
David Bullock asked, any chance Orlando Jordan will be around for the August show?
August 19th?
I assume so, yes.
No, he's unavailable August 19th, but he will be there August 12th in Newcastle.
Newcastle.
But he will be coming to Padstow. I know David's mostly a Sydney fan. He will be coming to Padstow at some point.
Aussie Observer asks, how do you get booked to wrestle on your show?
Just contact office at allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au. Send like 2 matches and a wrestling resume and we'll get back to you. It's hard to get a spot right now because we've got so many, like we've got students that need to come through and we've got guys like the Puppet that have debuted and they're not doing anything to lose their spots. But if you're good, we'll find a spot for you. So yeah, office at allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au.
Jason, would you open Birdman's chest, Puppet?
I think he'd open his own chest for the fans, honestly.
But would you be able to open his chest?
Nah.
He has so much callus that only he could do that to himself.
No, there was a wrestler that broke his chest open.
Recently, too.
Yes, yeah, and it resulted in a title change, but it's very hard to do. Like, I was at the APW show. I'm a avid supporter of the Birdman product.
Maybe at the next one.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I heard the Birdman might not be there, and if there's no Birdman, then I'm not going.
Well, he came for the podcast for a little bit, but now he's gone back to Queensland.
He's going back. Tweet.
Yeah.
But
Day parties.
the guy was trying to crack open his chest a second time, and he wasn't able to do it. So maybe you're right, Puppet, in that there is no way to open the Birdman's chest. Maybe it was just a fluke that one time from that one wrestler. And the Birdman kicked that guy's ass as well.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know many people that have kicked Birdman's ass. I think he's usually the one giving the ass kicking.
I love the Bird.
Jason says, love a good tea party with the fat cats.
Damn, it sounds like Jay's son's kind of like an insider. Or
Yeah, it does.
He talks like we talk at training.
Yeah.
Mitch, comment?
On what?
I don't know. Yeah, I think the Puppeteer versus Birdman is a must-see match.
It would be pretty
It'd
cool.
be like a passing of the torch, I think.
I would like it to be.
I've known the Birdman for, I met him, not to age myself, but I met him when I was 16.
Wow.
And Tim is like the closest person that has come to the Birdman that I've ever met. And by the
Actually, you know what, Mitch? That is a good opportunity. Give us your craziest Birdman story that you're allowed to tell in public.
You have to filter through like 30 of them, and then you'll have a PG one.
That you're allowed to tell on the podcast that won't get us cancelled.
oh,
That won't get us cancelled.
Well, we were at a tea party.
We're at a tea party with all the fat cats.
I remember we got to this town. I was refereeing for IWA, and we on a 4-day tour of like all these Western New South Wales towns. We go to Condobolin, and Mark Mercedes, who's the promoter, he's like, Mitch, can you find the Birdman? Where is he? Because the ring truck was like parked near a local pub, and we're like, oh, he must have gone in for a drink. So we're looking for him. I'd only just turned 18. I'm in all these pubs looking for the Birdman. I couldn't find him, and he turned up like an hour later, just randomly. We're like, oh, where were you? And kind of like Tim today, or the puppet rather, government name. He said, oh, I was just a little bit late. I was getting a little bit of food. He was gone for an hour.
Yeah. The puppeteer stopped for petrol, and he was an hour late. That's all right.
I don't want to say what I was doing as well.
That's okay.
But most of my Birdman stories are like sexual.
Oh, okay.
Not that I was engaging in sexual
No.
activity, but he'd like women on the road.
That's a great question from Too Sweet Matty Chew.
Okay.
Any chance we could see rounds matches like the Heritage Cup at All Star Wrestling in the future? So like British rounds matches.
Is that what the Heritage Cup is?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think British wrestling style would really do well here in Australia. I think Australia is very Americanized, and that's how they like their wrestling as well.
The only cup is a teacup, but none of that in the APW. Only shoot
This
stars.
one's a bit of a controversial question. Jason asks, any chance we can get some b-ball hoops for entertainment at All-Star shows, or maybe some Subway cookies at catering? I wonder what that's in reference to.
I don't think we'll see any basketball hoops at All-Star, but we do play basketball the night before the Collecticon.
Yeah, well, I wasn't there for that, but
Everyone else was.
everyone else was, and I heard Mitch was a gun.
Oh, I got a couple of assists and a couple points, but of course it was Aries dominating, and he was on my team.
Really?
He made me look good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard Johnny Starr's a great basketball player.
Yeah, Johnny Star says a lot of things, but I don't think he's a great basketball
Well, he
player.
said he used to play basketball when he was younger as well, so he's got that.
Well, I used to play footy when I was younger, but today I kicked the ball over the fence. You know what?
You've got a good grubber on you, though.
That's all I've got.
He's got a great grubber on him. Do you want to see some basketball hoops and Subway cookies at All-Star Show?
I don't understand the Subway cookies. Like,
It doesn't seem like a good idea, does
like
it?
we could get
Puppet?
grandma cookies. They'll be equally as good, I reckon. Has anyone got grandma? I don't anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
So she wouldn't cook me cookies.
I do, but my nan doesn't make cookies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your nan's Persian. She makes interesting
We'll
food.
get Birdman to give us some cookies. Everyone just get high. Fucking, ooh. Everyone, what are you doing here?
Birdman doesn't do that. He's a clean and straight shooter.
Yes.
Shoot.
I've never seen him doing anything bad. He's a good man.
He is.
He is the most talked about dude on the planet. I don't know how I'll ever surpass him. I don't know how I'll ever fill his shoes. I want to. The second most talked about dude in the world is not the most controversial dude on the planet in pro wrestling. Yeah, controversy. No, it's 5-star, the drop kicking machine. He is the second most talked about.
So,
dude.
Puppet, you trained with 5-star. What's your thoughts on him?
Drop kicking machine, mate. He knows how to aim. That's all I'm saying. He knows how to aim in the stars. How you like them apples? Apples. I don't know. Cherries. Whatever. All I know is that it always hit in the same spot. I don't want to get a drop kick from his boots anymore.
What have we got?
It appears Jason isn't a 5-star fan because he says he is a dropkick.
Wow.
But above that, he says thoughts on promotion spending a mozza on internationals that may not draw.
Jason's all over it.
He's all over it.
If you get an international, you're guaranteed to get one international for one fan. So if you get like 30 internationals, you get like 30 people. How about that?
What was Jason's question again? I'll answer.
He said thoughts on a promotion spending a mozza on internationals that may not draw.
Mate, just bring the puppeteer, baby. You're gonna get 30 people.
I think if you're bringing an international in and you're paying the visa, You're paying the hotel. You're paying the flight. Flights are so expensive now.
You were saying I think an average flight is about 2,500
from the US. Yeah. So you want to make sure that if you're spending $4,000 on someone, and booking fee is expensive too for an international. If you're spending $4,000 on someone, you need to make sure you're making at least that $4,000 back. Ultimately, you want to make half your money back. So if you're paying $4,000, you want to make $6,000 back.
Yeah.
So if you're a promoter who's booking, let's hypothetically say 12 internationals, and nobody knows 10 of them, then you're blowing $25,000 on flights alone on people that aren't going to benefit your product at all.
Yeah.
Well, like they're going to give you a good match. Don't get me wrong. But what you disagree?
I don't know.
Yeah. Look, I don't know.
I guess it depends on 12 internationals.
I guess, but you know, if they're not going to bring you money, then you can't reasonably book them unless you just want to lose money and you're okay with that. Like there's some people that are okay with that.
Yeah.
And they get loans and finance things and can't live out of home because they're in debt. Yeah.
Yeah, just bring the puppeteer on your show, mate.
Like there's a lot of internationals that get booked here in Sydney, and a guy like a Keegan or a Puppet could easily outdraw them.
That made me feel warm and fuzzy. It's like
It gets the endorphins going.
Too Sweet Mate, who says for Mitch, who would be your dream booking if they were a free agent? So who would you want to sign? I guess
Swine or
I guess even if they work for say the WWE or something, who would you want to sign if they weren't?
Do you reckon it's got to be realistic, Box?
Oh well, I mean, because really you could just say Triple H or John Cena.
Well,
right?
realistically, like you'd want the guy that draws the best. So that'd be Cena, probably, as a guy that can actively wrestle.
Yeah,
you'd take Cena. Realistically, I don't know, like one of the Aussies, maybe.
Yeah.
Like if
Rhea Ripley or something.
If Rhea Ripley came back and said, "Hey, I just want to exclusively wrestle in Australia," maybe we could reach a deal with her in which she would wrestle regularly for us, but probably not. She'd be too expensive.
How's about one all-star person for one international? Who would you pick? Keezy, Stone Cold, Puppeteer, Santino Marella. How would that roll?
I don't understand.
I think he's meaning
which one's like the others?
Dynamic.
I thought you meant who would you prefer out of Keegan and Stone Cold? I'd take Keegan.
Well, I'd have to take Stone Cold because Stone Cold's a much bigger name.
Yeah.
It'd be sorry, Keegs. You're off to wherever.
You're off to APW, man. You're off to APW.
Stone Cold drinks the mid-strength, man. Keezy gets the good stuff in him. We can't do that. Who would you pick to go with, like, your all-star dude?
Oh, okay. So he means
Johnny Starr versus Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah, that's
or
right.
Rock versus Tony Cruz. Jeez, you're lucky, Tony Cruz. See, he's so good.
Why would you put The Rock with Tony Cruz?
You know, Tony Cruz pisses me off a little bit.
Why? Tell us why.
He's good. Because he's good.
He is good.
He's good.
I'd
but
put
he
Tony
rubs it in
Cruz
your face.
I'd put Tony Cruz against the Miz.
Yeah, there's a similarity there, I guess.
Yeah.
We've got some questions from the audience.
Both could play.
Too Sweet Mate True says Michael Cole and Alex Box. Yeah, maybe.
Or Just Joe.
Or Just Joe. Maybe. Jay Sun says, who is the most underrated in the country? It's a question for all three of us. Or underrated or underappreciated. So I guess, Mitch, you can go first.
I'll go last because let me think about this.
Oh yeah, you're a promoter.
You guys have more.
You go first.
You guys have more wisdom.
Who's the most underrated wrestler in the country other than yourself?
There's not underrated. B-boy.
B-boy is very underrated.
He is underrated. I'm going to go back to the guy we were talking about earlier. I'm going to go to Tony Cruz.
I said to someone recently that Tony Cruz, I think I said maybe last week on this podcast, or I said it to someone that Tony Cruz is one of the most underrated wrestlers in the country.
I agree. I think he's he should be a lot more known than he is for the talent that he possesses.
But see, he just got out of VCW, and VCW doesn't really have a great online presence.
No, it doesn't.
So now he's been with All Star for 6 months, and this whole entire new audience knows him. And it's like, who's this guy? And he's wrestling. Not that VCW doesn't have good wrestlers, but he's wrestling good talent at All Star, and he's getting opportunities.
I think it's more of a platform.
Yeah, it's a better platform, dare I say. I'm biased, excuse me.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Who's your favorite platform aside from All Star? My favorite is All Star, and there's a lot of APWG dudes that went to All Star. APWG doesn't exist anymore, but that's why I trained with like Keezy, Caesar, Jack Dollahan, and Jay Law taught us. Now Keezy's teaching me.
Yeah.
But that's why I like All Star, because like, you know, Keezy straight away, yup, I'm hanging with this guy. So Jazz, Azalea, you name it, is sick. Caesar, he taught me a crap loads, that dude.
Speaking of underrated wrestlers, I'm gonna go. You could easily say Keegan, yeah,
Yeah, you could.
because he's rated well within All Star, but like throughout the scene, like he never gets the props that he deserves. I don't.
Yeah, he does.
But
I think Keegan has the potential to be. He's one of the best in New South Wales. You could put him
100%.
in Australia.
But to get away from Keegs, because let's be fair, I'm gonna go with Hell Yeah.
Yeah,
He's an interesting choice. He's solid in ring, but his charisma is incredible. Like, he was one of the most over guys at Batemans Bay, and those people don't really know him. Like,
and he didn't even wrestle a match.
And
didn't
they're a
wrestle a
tough
match.
crowd as well. Yes.
no, we're a tough crowd
Break through them a little bit.
because they don't know the regulars like the Padstow people do. So Hell Yeah goes out, say my name. All the people are saying his name. He did an interesting talk show segment, compelling. You know, there's so many people that love him. He's got a big fan base. He comes out at Padstow, people are screaming, "Hell yeah!" And, you know, 18 months ago, when he first joined All Star, he didn't really have any of that. Now he's this incredibly charismatic talent. So I'll say Hell Yeah is definitely one of them. Aries is one of them. Wes Williams as well, even though he's the All Star champion, you know, he doesn't really get the props that he deserves either.
But with Hell Yeah as well, the other thing with Hell Yeah, he looks like a bright, colourful, like, laid back, yeah, dude.
He looks like you, Tim.
Well,
Puppet,
yeah,
sorry.
and he gets my puppet to have a little bit of a, and then, but that dude is like, he looks like all friendly and all, but that dude is a strong dude.
He is very
He's
strong.
got like strength.
He
and
does.
He will beat the crap out of someone, and he's trained in martial arts as well.
He is deceivingly athletic.
And perhaps one of the nicest professional wrestlers.
I
out
agree.
there.
I agree.
He's a gentle giant.
Jay Sun says, "Will we ever see Michael P.S. Hayes' son in an All-Star ring?"
I'd love to see it, but I don't think so.
No. Aussie Observer, where else do you wrestle Puppeteer?
Oh yeah, I wrestle AWE as well with Psychotic. I've known Psychotic a long time. I used to do like the announcing for them and Adam Kemba. I had to fill in for Adam Kemba once, and then I got in, and then I'll do the announcing. So I enjoyed my time there and all that. But yeah, like the thing is, like, and I'm just being like real, like. I'm always gonna be like, and this is just the truth. This is coming from the heart. Like, I'm always gonna be number one. Number one for me is 100,000,000%. Like, and this is just speaking from the heart. Is All Star, because All Star was the first ones to like pick me out of nowhere and say, "You're wrestling with us, number one." So I was like, all right, I'm loyal to these guys forever. They'll always be number one no matter what. And then like, even if like some really big Australian company, whatever the hell there is out there, because All Stars are pretty big.
We are
Like,
pretty
so like, say one of the other top dudes is like, "Oh, we need you that night." I'm like, no, because All Star number one for me. But also, I broke my leg at Christmas jumping off a ladder while I had a little bit of, you know what I mean.
There's a video.
So
of
that
as
looks
well.
like a billy. It's not a billy. It's a little bit of, it's a bit of alcohol.
That looked like he was sucking a dick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I had a little bit of, you know what? No, I didn't. And that looked like a black one as well. Like, that's not black. But, yeah, and then I jumped off a ladder, broke my leg. And then Mitch, he didn't give up on me. He was like, "All right, how's about you stick around with Hell Yeah, come to the shows, like, management style for Hell Yeah, let the crowd, like, warm up to you and stuff. And then when you're all healed, like, you can come have a match. How's April sound?" Then I was like, "Yeah, I'm really, really good. I'm almost walking soon." He's like, "How's May, late May sound?"
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
He's that's great that you're getting better. You still sound a little bit like, "I'm not going to risk it. Your health is number one.
That's right.
We're going to wait." And then, boom! First match, All-Star, iconic, Padstow, RSL, J-Law! J-Law's debut, baby.
Tim's
Debut.
fired up.
I remember
Yes, man. That's my the guy who trained.
the story of the puppet. It was an interesting story. We're doing a show in Leeton, which is like 6 hours south, and none of the Sydney guys wanted to do it.
And
Yeah.
Except Aries.
Except Aries, yeah, but Aries he'll take it and
Yeah.
book him. But we're like, there was a suggestion made by Keegan, and he goes, what about this guy, the puppeteer? And I'm like, look, I don't know him, but he sounds like an interesting character, so let's get him on. Brought him down to Leeton, and it's just he's grown from that to where we didn't even know him to, now he's beloved at the iconic Padstow RSL.
He's all star family.
Thank you for building me into becoming a thing.
You're a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Because
For lack of a better word.
I can get a Legion crowd with their arms crossed like, "Ooh, you puppets, you're a loser," and I can turn them around into going, "Puppeteer, cheering me." But like, there's nothing like Padstow, the iconic Padstow crowd. Like, they have warmed up to me over time.
They love you.
Like, well, and that's thanks to you because I was freaking crippled.
Well, Too Sweet Matey Chew says never change, Puppeteer.
There you go. I would agree with that.
That made me feel warm and fuzzy.
Jason says, any chance we'll see Gumby in All Star?
Jason has inside information, I'm sure. Do you guys want to know that story? Do you know that story?
No, I don't. That's I'm a little bit out of the loop.
All right,
Gumby.
let me tell that story.
That's wrestling go worthy.
Whoa!
Wow.
Is that a diss or a compliment?
I don't know. All right, so the story of Gumby, there was a tour in Queensland. It was run by this guy named Andrew Venables, who I don't like. That's the story for another
It's
day.
just straight
Anyway,
up, yeah.
he booked Luke Gallows and he took him to Queensland. And Luke Gallows is doing his thing, and I think he's wrestling Slade Mercer, who's a great wrestler from Melbourne. So they're wrestling.
The stink face guy.
Yes, yeah, the stink face guy. But that's not what he's known for.
No, it's not.
He's been to All Japan and he's big in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Anyway, he wrestles Luke Gallows, and like they're wrestling, they're doing their thing, and a man in a Gumby suit runs down Alex box.
Millennial Man says, don't tell the Gumby story or I'll sue you, Mitch Kristen.
He also said, "Are
It's
you
millennial
even
man.
French?" Puppeteers from
Millennial
Belgium.
man. So they're having this match. Gumby runs in and he starts like giving these weak shots to Luke Gallows of all people, the 6'8" giant. And the rumor was that the guy in the Gumby suit was drunk, but what I can confirm, because Andrew Venables told me this himself, Gallows goes backstage and he's screaming at AV. And AV's like, no, I had nothing to do with it, which he didn't. The club manager decided to do this on his own. But he's screaming at him. Gallows is saying, if I find out that you were behind this, I'm going to hurt you, rah, rah, rah. Allegedly. I don't want to get sued by Luke Gallows. But that's the Gumby story. And apparently the venue was so, I guess, sympathetic and upset about it that they gave the boys free drinks, all that for the show. But it's one of those iconic Aussie wrestling stories. There's no laughter, so I guess it's one where you had to be there.
Luke Gallows got worked by Gumby.
That's right.
Who is Millennial Man? I'm curious. You
I
can
have
tell
no
me
idea.
there if you do know. Aussie Observer says, did you reach out to Orlando Jordan or did he reach out to you? It's a great question.
We reached out to him. Been wanting to book him for a little while, and he's been busy with his acting work. He's been busy with, because he's a stuntman now. He's also going to university to study something, but he's ready to come back, and we're happy to give him that platform.
Fair enough.
Loving those assessments, the all-star roster is such a fantastic group and always so giving to us, the fans.
David Bullock.
David Bullock.
David Bullock. I just want to give a quick shout out to David Bullock because he's a huge All-Star fan and he's at almost every show and he's just an absolute legend. Always throwing the support out for the guys and gals on the roster, even on social media when he can't make it.
Yeah,
so
it's rare that David's not at a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. That.
you and your family
it's
are
cool.
legendary, David.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
he's
good
got
to
it.
see them at ringside again last show.
Yeah.
Puppeteer, are you even French? My parents are from Belgium, but I used to be at the Carnival doing because puppetry.
It's not Brazilian.
You ain't gonna make no money doing puppetry. And if you go to the Carnival and you call out someone in France and you say you're gonna face me, dude, And then it's like you get the biggest, meanest guy. Everyone in France, no problem. Come to Australia, everyone starts kicking my ass. Go to All-Star, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm used to these Frenchies. Boom! Got my ass whooped by Jay Law.
Just quickly, you're as loud as Birdman was on Pesos.
Oh, no, shit.
It doesn't matter. Let the man talk.
Unless
Unless we're cutting out.
Jason says thoughts on gatekeeper David.
You mean David the Gatekeeper?
David the gatekeeper.
I hear he's coming back. I've been checking the stories, and
I thought he was dead. Is he coming back to life?
sometimes you can come back to life, box.
Fair enough.
It's wrestling.
It is.
So apparently he's coming back to life. I'm excited. I was there live when he unfortunately passed away, and I missed the last 2 shows.
Wow.
But I'm free July 22nd.
Did we get a cause of death?
He just got beat up by a bunch of guys from Queensland, and what a way to go.
Wow. And now he's up there. Well, now
No, he's coming. No, so the story is he went to hell, but he's coming back.
Okay.
But
Well, I think Phil Picasso's in Queensland to avenge David.
it's not good. Yeah, maybe avenge the death. I don't know. I'm not following. I haven't checked today. I'll check when we go inside.
Yeah.
When I go inside.
When you go inside, I'm not allowed inside.
No.
Hey, millennial man, that's mean, dude. Stop being Jason. Stop being a mark. You're an APWT party bloke. That's so mean. That's not nice.
Wow.
But it's funny though. But hey, I'm rooting for the both of you.
Jason says Puppet does the French tickle better than Rene Dupree.
Oh, I've got a Rene Dupree French tickler story if you want to hear it.
Yeah,
no
go for
idea
it.
what that is.
So you like these guys, they must follow wrestling as much as I do because they're just throwing stuff out
I
there.
don't even know what French tickle
Same
is.
promoter in Queensland, AV.
Yeah.
He books Rene Dupree at the Bribey Island High School, I believe it was. You right, Alex Book?
Sorry, Millennial Man says Rene Dupree. Don't tell that story with Christian. I will sue you.
Shut up, millennial man, whoever you are. I'm going to tell the story. It's not that great of a story, but Rene Dupree was booked against Johnny Hardwood and Jack Payne. It was a big championship match at Bribey Island. There was maybe 20 people in the crowd. And Dupree comes out, and he must not have been happy with the crowd, but he did you know how he did the cocky French tickler? I don't even know if I'm doing it right, but he would do the cocky French tickler. But this time he was angry about it.
Oh.
Like, he's like, you knew that in his head, he's like, fuck this, I don't want to do the French tickler, but I have to, so I will. So he angrily did the French tickler. Then he went in and had like an 8-minute match, and then he angrily rolled out of the ring and walked to the back. So that's the story. And AV said that he was the worst person he ever booked.
Wow. Rene Dupree, former tag team champion in WWE.
I like Rene Dupree though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to say something about AWE
Go ahead.
that I like with Sammy. Psychotic. Especially when he had the belt, he would get all the kids on stage to take pictures with him. I did disability care for 10 years as well, and there was some big hardcore fans that have disability. And one of them, he put the belt on him as well. He was a hardcore Psychotic fan, and that's one of my favorite things. So with AWE, the one person that I would want to wrestle, who's not an all-star or team up with or whatever, it actually would be Psychotic. But also, I want to say something funny about AWE because I forgot to mention it before with Birdman.
Yeah.
He broke his nose. He broke his nose at an event because he wanted to break his nose. Because who's going to turn their head when you've got Nikki Petite charging at you, doing a flip and putting her ass on your face? Birdman did not want to turn left.
Okay.
Is that a fact that he didn't want to turn left?
Oh, well, that's my assumption.
So he wanted a big old sniff.
Birdman has been around long enough to know that when something's charging full pelt at you, you turn that head of yours, otherwise your nose is going to break. And I think he just seen Nikki Petite and he's seen her perfect ass, and he was just like, please break my nose. I broke my ass. I broke my nose, but it was worth it. Nikki Petite did this to me.
I don't think it's worth breaking your nose for any woman.
What? Nikki Petite is hot, dude. I would break my nose for that. Birdman has a point.
Millennial Man says, I want to tell my side of the story, Mitch Kristen. It's my property, copyright.
Oh, maybe Millennial Man is AV.
Who's AV?
He's a promoter from
Wino,
Queensland.
Whitelist, Alex Box. What Coke is that? Decaf or ginger? It's vanilla Coke, actually. It's vanilla Coke.
Nobody cares about what Coke you got.
They do.
Who?
Millennial Man. He asked.
Millennial Man doesn't care. That's AV.
Is that AV?
It must be AV.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Aussie Observer says, does All Star have standards on who not to book, regardless of their fame / work ethic?
Did Millennial Man say that?
That sounds.
I think Aussie Observer's trying to hint at something without
Yeah.
actually saying it.
Woo!
I mean, there was a couple lead up questions. As well,
Oh, we didn't get through them?
No, we did, but there was a specific person mentioned.
So for the Aussie Observer, I'm going to explain my side of this.
The
'cause
most
it's-
controversial.
I'm feeling a bit squashed. So
I'm not controversial at all. Here's my situation on it. There are allegations about Orlando. 100%. Thank you so much, Puppet. There's allegations about him, but I haven't seen any hard evidence. So Aussie Observer, if you or anyone out there has hard evidence that this is something that's occurred, send it through to me. But as a person that's been accused of things, and I know that there's people out there accused of things every single week in Aussie wrestling. So I'm a person that just needs to act on evidence.
Yeah.
If I've got hard evidence and I can make a decision on myself, I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Make a decision for myself, I'm happy to. But I cannot go off he said, she said.
Yeah.
Because, you know, one of my best friends in wrestling, I won't mention their names, but when I first went to book this person, I went to a few of the people that were in All Star at the time, and I'm like, what do you think about this guy? And they're like, oh, he's this, he's an asshole, he's egotistical, he's arrogant, he's this, he's that. But I meet the guy, and I click with the guy, and he's one of my best friends in wrestling.
Yeah.
So from that point, and being accused of things myself as well, which have not been true, I'm just someone that acts with hard evidence. So if anyone has hard evidence, feel free to send it. office@allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au. If you're someone with evidence, send it through, and I will act accordingly.
Yeah.
But until I have that evidence, I can't do anything.
Millennial Man's
I won't do anything.
gonna send some pictures of his penis to you.
I hope not.
Jay,
PG.
Jason said, what happened to Jeff Milano?
Jeez, sweating today. Jeff Milano, the truck driver. Simple situation with him. He wasn't. We have a no. We call it a no dickhead policy.
Sorry, man, I'm just going to cut you off quickly. Millennial Man says, Jeff Milano is a work. He's just an Indian guy that All Star tried to give a gimmick to. His real name is Austin.
Yes.
And
No, it's not Austin. Austin, it's Austin.
Yeah, and Jay Sun says perhaps breaking into the Indian market. That's borderline racist.
No, not really.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm not
take some
offended.
steroids and we'll Vince
But,
McMahon you like Jinder
With
Mahal.
him, we've just got a policy that we want good, positive people backstage at All Star, and if someone doesn't have an attitude that we like, then we talk to them about it, and if they don't fix it, then we ask them not to come back. And that's what happened with Jeff Milano, and it's sad to see, and that's it. He's still in the crowd at every show.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't disappeared.
No, he was
just-
at Batemans Bay.
Yeah,
Very
he's
nice.
just not part of the crew anymore, and I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no beef though. He's fine.
Shout out to Southie96, Joel Southgate. How you going, brother? You
Oh,
saying,
Joel Southgate,
Self,
one of my favorite All Star fans. Along
Yeah,
with David.
I think Joel Southgate is one of the most popular fans in Aussie wrestling. He's a very dedicated fan. He's a well-rounded bloke.
I like
He's
him.
a good bloke.
I've never had any problem with Joel, and I love his vlogs.
August 12th, Newcastle is not ready. No, they are not. They are not ready for All Star. I hope they're ready for All Star.
I hope they're ready. I hope they're excited because we certainly are.
Southie wants me to say this. 2 count!
Millennial Man says, who is the most controversial, in all caps, member of the Puppeteer family? Will we get a hot girl puppet in the future? Hashtag Divas New South Wales.
Damn! This guy is good.
We
You are definitely getting a hot girl, baby. Oi.
He's getting a hot girl.
Well,
Hot girl puppet.
probably hotter than what I will get.
So a valet for the puppeteer,
unless it's my perfect
Yeah, will we get a valet for the Puppeteer?
or the puppet.
Or the puppet?
He has an entourage of puppets.
Mate, I got the perfect girl for my puppet. If he has to charm her first, but I'm sure he can. Just I'll just do Keezy style. Just borrow a beer, mate.
Is that Kingsley story?
Yeah, I don't think.
Jinxie can get any girl, but he's just.
I don't think that's how he
very
picked up
busy
Jasmine.
Nah, Jasmine's not a hey, here's a beer type of girl.
Nah, I think Jinxie.
She's a take me out to dinner.
Yes,
He's
100%.
got the James Dean Marlon Brando eyes. That guy can do anything with his eyes. I've seen it. He can make a girl do anything.
I actually know the Keegan and Jasmine story, and it did not involve beer.
Oh.
It involved McDonald's.
Oh, wait. I want to answer this
Hold
girl's
on, hold
question. You were going to get a girl with Puppeteer. You were going to be blown away. Remember, you asked that question. Screenshot that and get back to
he's
me.
not asking if he's going to get a girl. He's asking if you're going to get a girl.
That's
A
right.
girl puppet.
A girl puppet.
Oh, puppet.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
You mean a girl with Puppeteer or a girl puppet?
either or.
Both.
Okay.
And they're going to be perfect.
Moving on.
You'll be blown away with the one that is with
Was that Millennial
Puppeteer.
Man?
That was Millennial Man.
Millennial Man, remember this day.
Remember, screenshot that. You're going to be blown away with what you see
Wow.
in the near or extended future.
Jason, thoughts on wrestlers who come in and politic from the get-go? That sounds familiar.
That's you. I'm pretty bad. Sorry.
So, Alex box politics here at the All-Star Academy. Politics against his other students and tries to politic against the active roster, but he hasn't got that much power yet. How do I feel about it? It's pretty funny when it comes from Alex Box because he's got no real power. He can't do anything.
No, I don't.
As for people with real power who try and politic, I guess it's annoying, but it's wrestling. It is what it is. It's politics.
Well, I guess the only sway I get when it comes to politicking is if everyone's shitting on me in the group chat, I can politic my way into getting someone else shat on in the
he
group
throws
chat.
people under the bus.
I do.
He's not afraid to do that.
Well, I mean, I kind of have to if I'm getting shat on in the car by Mitch for 6 hours. You know, I've got to get the heat off myself. For
that's just banter. So you'll have people going, "Oh, cancel Mitch. He bullies Alex Box."
Boycott.
You might want to check those questions out and see if you want to answer.
What is it?
Oh.
What's it say?
Oh, how juicy.
What is it?
Aussie Observer.
Oh!
We don't want to comment on that Aussie Observer. It's just when someone says offensive things in the crowd, we don't want that. There was complaints. I guess we are commenting on it. There was
Keegan, like, I don't like people who are vague, but now I'm being vague.
look, I might as well answer it. Or maybe he is him. Anyway,
no, that's not him.
We banned someone from our shows because we were receiving a lot of complaints from talent, from staff, and from fans. And we don't want to ban people. We don't like doing it, but we had to in this circumstance. And it's unfortunate. We don't like to turn people away, but when you receive multiple complaints about someone, you have to.
Yeah, fair enough. Moving on. Millennial Man, what happened to Ryan Eagles? I heard he had a massive blow up backstage. Oh, that's not. Yeah.
What?
Well, I don't think that's true. I heard he had a massive blow up backstage because he didn't want to lose to Wes. He was on EWA last night. Really good performance. Probably his best match in 2023.
So
I don't think that's true, but I would.
there was no blow up. Eagles wasn't there. He was sick, so
Yeah.
there was no blow up. Yeah. Oh, next question.
If I had that. Sorry.
Jason, it's been. Oh, okay. Yeah, he said it's nice not having you in the crowd at events.
Oh, okay. That's his opinion.
Yeah, I guess that's his opinion. Yeah, fair enough. Do you want to read the next few comments?
If I
goodness.
die, I hope I come back to All-Star Wrestling.
That is it is a banger theme song. Ryan Eagles banger theme song.
Yeah, just skip those questions. And if we could chuck a band on there, that'd be great.
Ah, nice. Cause the only thing I want to be.
If we can't do it now, we'll do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it later. Who else has got? So this has been great interaction.
guys
It has been great
This has
interaction.
probably been our best comment section yet up until now.
So juicy.
Jason and the Millennial Man are doing well.
Jason, favorite beer puppeteer? I don't know. Is it the one
You
you're
want to
drinking
know
right
the truth?
now?
Do you want to know the truth?
I've never seen the
How's
puppet.
about this? How's about this? I'll tell you what is not my favorite beer. You want to know? This is not my favorite beer. This.
He's got a great.
You know how deceptive this
Where
is?
did you pull that out?
You know how deceptive this is?
It's not open.
They make you look like it's normal beer, and then you realise it's mid-strength. You realise it's mid-strength.
I feel like there was someone that asked for a mid-strength beer. It was Johnny Starr. He was at the Batemans Bay show, and he's like, "Oh, They're like, "Oh, would you
I
like
don't
a drink?"
drink
He's
this.
like, "Yeah, just be drink."
I don't drink this. I don't condone. Can I smash this over my head as we wrap up?
No,
Why?
because I have a lot of technical equipment here and I don't want anything.
A lot of technical equipment that doesn't work.
In a iconic Padstow crowd with a VB can tag me with Keegsy, dye his hair mullet green with the dark green, not the.
Well, if all those things come
not the
true, yes, you
platinum
could smash a can.
Yeah,
But
you
not
guys-
not in All Star HQ, please.
Yeah, not an all-star HQ. When me and Keegsy Boo tag team one day, which could be never, I'm gonna smash VB cans on my head. It's gonna be the
Maybe
best
get a
thing
collector.
ever. What?
No, not a collector.
No way. Iconic Padstow crowd, baby.
When will we see Xena back in All Star Wrestling? That's a great question.
Zena's just had a great run in Stardom. I'd really like to congratulate her if she ever watches this. I was following the highlights every day, and she was wrestling so much. I think she had like 25 matches over there, which is amazing. I don't know when she's going to come to All Star, but we will hopefully get her in soon because she's a phenomenal talent. And I know Joel is particularly keen to.
Yeah, well, he
see
was
her.
one. He was the one who asked the question.
Yes, so Joel, hopefully soon. She's definitely someone we want to have on the All Star roster.
I think, like, I saw her when I was still a fan. I mean, I'm still a fan, but when I was actively in the crowd, I saw a few of her matches, and she was great talent. I think she's one of the top female talents in New South Wales, if not the country.
She's been all over the country, and she's just gone to Japan, which is only going to make her better. And she did the Impact. I heard she was great there. So, yeah, just a matter of getting her on the right dates. But don't worry, Joel. She will be in very soon.
You want to know the truth?
Whoa, hold on, wait. Just wait.
This here is freaking garbage, Keegsy, next to this stuff here. This
How
is the
many
good stuff.
beers do you
Where
have?
did you get all this from?
I don't know. I was trying to do it in secret. Sorry. Am I allowed to do
I
this?
could smell it.
I didn't ask. I'm from Belgium. They got the best beers in the world. But
Southgate
Australia.
said he's heading off. See you, Southgate. Have
See
a
you,
good one.
Southgate.
No.
Thank you for tuning in.
no.
South-
2 count.
Jason says Alex Box needs green hair. What do you reckon? Nah. I asked the group chat yesterday if I should shave my beard. Tim said yes,
Obviously.
and I didn't.
You're going to get girls, baby. Look how handsome you are.
Millennial Man says, I heard the FWA show, Sydney Showdown, was cancelled because you didn't want to book women's wrestlers, Mitch Briston. Hashtag Divas New South Wales.
Ooh.
How would that be?
I don't know.
Remotely true.
You have a women's championship.
We got a women's championship. We booked Jasmine. We've got Azalea, Billy Mack.
You had Shazza.
We've had Shazza, Xena, Erica Reed.
That was really
that was so
nice.
Erica Reed's the reason why I joined pro wrestling, by the way. Everyone just so you know that.
Yep. But we won't go into that story.
No, we won't. No,
Really?
no. No.
It's a bit too controversial.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lucky I'm here to limit these things.
Really?
on Xbox.
controversial.
Potentially.
Let's not do that.
Really?
He had a crush on Erica Reed.
What? No, I didn't.
No? Oh, we'll tell the
Well,
story.
yeah, of course. Who doesn't have a crush on Erica Reed? Obviously. She's pretty.
You can't say no. I don't have a crush on Erica Reed.
And then
Because then
go,
it
yes.
sounds because then it sounds like you think she's ugly. But then if you say yes, it's like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, no, she's pretty. But I mean, like, I felt inspired by her, and then I followed the Sid Parker dude, and I was like, oh my god, the boyfriend girlfriend, isn't that cute? And then I followed him because I thought this guy's cool.
He is
cool
cool.
tag team. Sid
It was
Parker
cool.
and the Puppeteer.
Oi.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh,
baby,
no, what have I
baby.
done?
They've
How's
both got
that?
green hair.
Oh, what have I done?
All right, I changed my mind. But man, you're cool bananas. But dream match, Sid Parker, cause not because I don't. That guy was violent, so. But that would look cool. He's green.
I saw-
green-ish.
I saw Sid Parker jump out of a tree at Sussex Inlet onto Aries. Or maybe it was the other way around.
Wasn't there a suplex on a truck as
Yeah,
well?
it was
Oh
pretty
my
intense for what was going on that day.
Jason says, any chance we'll ever see Kingston Eclipse again? What a talent.
Yeah, indeed. What a talent.
He's a scary dude, man.
The situation with Kingston, he's got three or four kids. He's a family man, so it's just hard to get dates on him. So while I'd love to have him, I can't be as confident as I was about Xena and say, we will definitely have her back at some point. I'd love to have Kingston back. He would be one of the top dogs in All-Star, but don't know.
Yeah, because he's based in New Zealand, isn't he?
He legitimately is based in New Zealand. And he's got to spend like a weekend over here if he's going to come and do a show. So can he take that time away from his kids, from his work?
Once a month as well, it'd be tough.
Yeah, and especially with our schedule now where we run,
Two,
3 times a month. Yeah.
Well, I missed out on seeing Kingston at any All-Star shows, but I saw him in a couple AWE shows, and
I feel like his best run was at All-Star, though. Not out of bias, because I don't mind the AWE. But
I was like legitimately terrified of him.
he's
scary.
incredible, yeah.
13-year-old Alex Box was a scared little cat.
It looks like he hits hard, that dude, honestly.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
But I won't say that.
No.
Such a teddy bear. Oh, I mean, no. He's really...
Jason, you want to throw in some more questions? You've been on fire. You carried us all the way through this.
I
this
wouldn't
hour
say
and
that.
10 minutes.
I think I've carried the podcast today.
Look, probably. What else have we got? David Bullock asked to talk about the Bulldogs win earlier, but
Good on you, Bulldogs.
Good on the Bulldogs. They beat Souths.
That's why it was so cold last night, because hell froze over. The Bulldogs won.
they did win, and I didn't watch the game because I was watching.
He was doing podcast prep.
Yeah, I was doing podcast prep and watching another wrestling show.
Are we going to talk about that show or what?
No, I don't think so.
You bastards.
Aussie Observer, how long will this go? I don't know. How long will this go? We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes.
We usually go an hour 30.
Yeah,
Aussie
20 more minutes and 3 minutes. 23 minutes to be precise.
Are you bored, Aussie Observer?
You better not be bored, Aussie Observer.
You just click the X if you want.
Yeah.
You better not click the X either.
Yeah, please don't.
You're
If
not
you're
allowed
enjoying
to be
yourself, stick
bored.
around.
Why aren't we talking about that other show? The main event was very important.
Hold on.
It involved
Will All-Star ever collab with ICW?
Who's
I
ICW?
I think they're over in Ireland or...
Top of the morning to you. Good afternoon to yourself.
Who asked the ICW?
Mate, you get
Jason.
Island boys here, they're going to love Keegsy.
Will they?
What a great gimmick.
They would love it. Irish promotion? No, I haven't had any chats with
What was this Caesar guy drinking the rum?
That's a good Irish accent.
Antonio Death says, where's Ryan Eagles? Is he going to come job for Wes or what?
If I die, hope I come back and drop for Wes.
Antonio Death, isn't he a local wrestler?
I don't know.
I think
He also said, when is Lindsay Dorado and Kalisto coming to All Star?
Oh,
Mate, I'm
well,
not
they were meant
having
to come, but I don't
Mate,
think
they're
so.
calling me into a room and taking me wallet.
Oh wow!
Things are breaking down here.
Millennial Man says, will you ever book Andrew Venables for your streaming solution again?
I think-
Inside Addiction.
I think
#
Millennial
Jesus.
Man is Andrew Venables. Because when I was telling those AV stories, he's like, oh, don't mention those stories, I'll sue you.
Yeah.
So, long time no talk, AV.
Who are you, millennial man?
These guys don't even know you. That's how relevant you are.
Is the Mad Irishman going to be Puppeteer's alter ego?
That Irishman. I hope so. That was good. Yeah.
I didn't understand the question because I've had a little bit of.
Guys, don't
Right,
suggest
man.
things. Don't suggest things to the Puppeteer because he gets hooked.
What do we got? Antonio Diaz, Jason, and Millennial Man. Pumping
The
question.
Mad Irishman, because I was talking like an Irishman.
I'd love to see the Big Red in an All-Star ring. It's a dream match between me and Aries. Big Red?
Who's the Big Red?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing Red?
I don't know.
Eric Redbeard?
Please specify.
Oh, the Canberra one ICW. See, I thought you were talking about...
Will we
I-
collaborate with ICW in Canberra? No, I don't
No,
think so.
yeah, I thought you were talking about ICW.
I do. If you're a Canberra wrestling fan, though, Jason, Slam does a good job. I'll tell you that. Ran by Luke Watts and Dan Archer. They do a great job. So suss them out, I guess. What is going on? The chat's going nuts.
You guys are good.
We've got a big audience today.
Jason says, do you have a copy of Ferguson's book?
Does Fergus have an autobiography?
I don't know.
No, I don't have a copy of it.
Millennial Man, would you ever write a book, Mitch? I think you'd have some pretty cool stories. stories to tell in your book.
Look, this is my book. I'm doing a podcast.
Oh yeah, fair
What
enough.
am I going to do? Tell my Birdman stories? You know, like.
We'd have to put an age restriction on that one.
Yeah.
Although, like, I've got so many good memories with the Birdman. I think he'd appreciate being put in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's worthy.
All right, let's get some questions going, Box. Look, it's going mental.
It is. What else?
In a
have we
good
got?
way. In a good way.
Antonio Diaz.
It's Diaz. I think he's a local wrestler.
He said he's Big Red.
Oh, he's Big Red.
Yeah.
And he wants to wrestle.
Oh,
Aries.
he's the Big Rev.
Oh,
Big Rev, Red.
Big
I don't
Rev.
know if that was a typo or not. Millennial Man. Alex Box, what is your dream gimmick? Oh, that's a tough question.
There was a suggestion the other day, like, maybe not.
What?
No, we won't want to talk about
We want to talk about it?
No.
Is it the one that
that. That a certain member of All Star Management suggested for you.
Oh,
We'll keep it kayfabe just in
Yeah,
case
yeah.
it comes to fruition because
Okay.
I really like that idea.
what, the one that was pitched last night?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. There was another gimmick idea I had for you. We won't blow anything, but
Are you having some of Tim's grog over there? Like,
no, like the idea he had for you. I never thought of things like that, and it was
actually, I'm going to be honest. We'll talk about it off air, but something similar was done last night somewhere else. So I'll talk to you about
Alright,
it.
we'll talk about it. But I love that idea, and really shows the creativity of the big three.
Yeah.
We're not answering your question.
Jason says C+. C+. I don't know what that
Doesn't ring a
means.
bell to me.
I don't know what that means, but if you can elaborate.
I'd say that you're a C+ player though, Box, and
Would
you're growing, slowly.
Yeah.
Give it another 3 months, you might be a solid B,
Or,
and then
Oh.
5 years time, maybe an A+, like the puppet.
or Big KCB.
Or Big Kigsy B. He's
Oh.
an A++.
Aussie Observer says, when is Birdman coming back? I don't know if you mean from Queensland to New South Wales or if you mean to All-Star, but
If he's coming to All Star,
never.
well, you never know. Look, you never know.
Look, I love the Birdman. I'd love to see him in
So
an
do I.
All-Star ring.
Birdman's one of my oldest wrestling friends, and he's had his problems with me, but we're all good now. I go to his shows, and
All right, Mr. Star.
he sticks up for me when need be, and
No two barges with you, Mr. Star.
we cuddle when we see each other. So we're all good. When he's coming back from Rockhampton, I don't know.
Millennial
I hope he comes back. I fucking love the Birdman.
Millennial Man says, when will we see the Fergus Wes versus Bird in the B match?
Oh, that one's been.
We talked about that with Keegan, and he said that must be the worst match in All-Star history.
Yeah, to be up there. Yeah, no, that one's been locked away. There's one person in France that has it.
Wow.
And I think I have a copy
Any
of
of
it
the
somewhere.
Puppeteers relatives?
This is a different fella.
Mate, I'm from Belgium. I just hang around France because they're easy to beat up there. Came to Australia, got my ass whooped.
Right. Aussie Observer says, can we have Keegan back? Wow.
Can we have Keegan back
Yeah.
on the pod?
Excuse me.
Yeah, Keegan was meant to be here today, but he's got some errands to run, fatherly duties and all that.
Oi, Keegan was juicy though.
He was.
He was-
Keegan's kind of like Brock Lesnar. Like, you bring him in when you need to pop a rating. If the rating's low for this,
Wait, Keegan will be back.
we'll
next
bring
week.
Keegan.
Yeah.
He'll call everyone a flop.
But look, you've got the Puppeteer. Surely that's a decent
I'm
replacement.
still cool.
Yeah.
I'm still cool.
Jason says, worst smelling wrestler in All-Star.
Ooh.
At the moment, it's the Puppeteer. Like, right
Hell
now,
no.
at this moment.
Oh yeah, because that's not the worst thing.
No, look, I will say in All Star, everyone has really good hygiene.
I don't know if this is allowed, but Jack Dullahan smells great.
Well, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
They're looking for dirt.
Boy, smell my neck, please.
Smell.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, that's not bad.
Thank
That's
you.
not bad. I can
Yeah.
still smell the beer.
I want to. I like almost want to
I
make.
really
that.
hope you're not driving home.
Nah, I'm doing a couple push-ups and you know, have a bit of a nap and fucking Bob's your uncle.
Is that all right? Is he going to have a nap?
Hey, can you
Hey,
shut
not
up? We
a
got
kid.
ratings here.
Okay.
I'd like to
Um,
know the Puppeteer's thoughts on 5-Star Flash and working for FWA.
Who wrote that one?
I tell you what.
You never
I-
worked FWA.
No, I haven't. I used to train with 5-Star Flash. He's my friend. I like him. The drop kicks aim in one certain area of the body, which is very effective. And that's what I want to say right now.
I'll get a free pen for that comment box. I don't know what comment you're on about, Jason. But Keegan Brattle says Morgan Rose and Otis could do with a bit of Rexona. Do they smell? I don't know. If
Oh,
they-
Keegan's in the chat.
Keegan
See?
is in the
he
chat.
couldn't be here live. But look, Aussie Observer, he's in the chat. You can ask him whatever. Morgan Rose and Otis could do with a bit of Rectona.
Millennial Man, answer my question. What does Birdman smell like?
Love Birdman, cooked AF.
What does Birdman smell like?
What does he's a good smelling guy. Like I can't criticize the Birdman. I love him. I'm sorry, people are looking for Birdman dirt. I haven't got any. I like him.
Best match at AWE. I only wrestled 2 dudes.
It was the Nightmare Cat and Jack Lagore, right?
It's like both similar yet so different. Don't know. They're cool.
I've seen one of those.
I like
guys.
them both. Nightmare Cats is nice. He's real nice. I like that one.
Jason says like English breakfast tea. I don't know if that was in response to
Jack
what Birdman
Legor, he's a
smells like.
mean-looking dude.
I can't say he smells like that.
Okay.
Birdman, he's got no hygiene issues. He smells fine.
Antonio Diaz says, I've worked Birdman in a 4-way at AWS.
It is the wrestler.
And back at the old Greyhounds Club
Ooh.
back in the day. He smells like ciggies and an oil change.
See, I can't confirm that. But if you've wrestled him, Diaz, then that's fine. It's cool that Diaz's in the chat. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Millennial Man says, when will we see Diaz versus Genghis Kong? But I guess that's a question for
Or
the
his
chat.
last question.
But Millennial Match says, Mitch, how would you rate the Ryan Eagles Championship run, and how effective was it for the brand? I will just throw in the fact that it was 399 days.
Yeah.
And Morgan Rose noticed cost him the 400-day run. But
It-
No wonder
look,
they fought on that other company the other day. I mean, last night, which we're not talking about for some reason.
it was a good run. Important run because All Star grew, and you obviously need a good wrestler up top when it grows. Yeah, I can't criticize Ryan Eagles. He did well for All Star, and lots of great memories, lots of great matches and moments. He's getting a bit of heat in this chat today. I got no problem with the
Yeah,
Ryan
I love
Eagles.
If I die. Sorry.
Antonio Diaz says, hey, Mitch, big fan of the product. Please check junk folder.
Oh, yeah. I'll definitely check it. If you're looking for bookings, just head on over to office@allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au.
Just
Two
I don't-
matches in
I
a
don't-
wrestling resume.
I don't
right?
often... Huh?
2 matches in a wrestling resume? Is that what you asked for?
Yes, yeah. I don't often check the junk because there's always people trying to sell stuff in there. And
dick pics.
no, dick
No,
pics.
no.
And please don't send
Tim,
it.
you're going to get him cancelled.
No, if people are sending them to me, then yeah, that doesn't cancel me.
Well, I mean, it
Mitch
depends
will
if you know
realise,
they're in.
mate,
David Bullock says, is there a timeline for Jack Dullahan's return?
August 19th.
August 19th.
He will be there. He was ill for a night to remember, so we worked around it, but he will be back August 19th.
who's he versing anyway?
To be announced.
To be announced.
Well, to be announced puppet. He basically just told you. He's going to be show stealer, baby.
He's not working.
Darn it. Boy, that guy would
Is he working the puppet?
He would have just
I don't
squashed
know.
him.
Who am I?
I don't know. Who are you?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, we'll have to ask our All-Star management then.
Who are you, millennial man?
Millennial Man is AV, the promoter from Queensland, I swear.
Really?
Come
I have
on,
a-
give us a name reveal. Come on.
If
Come on,
you're
Millennial
AV, type 1 in the chat. Because there's just so many people.
Yeah, no, it could be a lot of people. I thought it was a certain fog man.
He says, I'll update the resume and send it through. Thanks, Antonio Diaz. And it was nice meeting you again after so long, like a year ago.
Jason, them flippers. I don't know what that means.
Why are we not
Jason,
talking?
explain yourself.
Yeah, mate. Look, we've been going for an hour and 22 minutes. We're getting close to
Plug our sponsor
we're
again.
getting close to wrapping it up. I would like to plug Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance for your glass needs and property maintenance
Can you
needs.
repeat that? Because it mumbled a bit. I'm a bit deaf. Bull glass.
Yell it in his ear.
Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance. There you go.
That's Bulldog Property Glass and Maintenance.
I used to do glass installation and stuff.
Just go for it.
It's
I
good.
don't know. We've also
It's your
got Amy's Crystal Cleaning Services for all your general cleaning needs. They also do like after renovation needs and all sorts of cleaning services. And our newest sponsor, Raptastic Graphics, for all your car wrapping needs.
Box, you're getting so many
Your
sponsors. It's
car
like you've got insiders
will be bright
that just want to
and
support you. It's
colourful.
really nice.
I know you think
Pick
so.
a colour.
So we got 8 minutes. Just throw in any questions and we'll answer them.
Oh,
and then
here we
will
go,
wrap it up.
Millennial Man. I'll name reveal if you address the rumor that Steph DeLander had a tummy trouble incident at an All-Star show.
That didn't happen.
But that didn't happen.
No.
Well, there he addressed the rumor. So
Yes, that didn't happen.
Andrew Venables, what was it like doing the RDW tourney with him? Love AV. He's so cool.
Who says this?
Oh,
Antonio Diaz. What was it like doing the Rise of the Warriors tournament with him? I don't remember if we did it with him. I remember I booked it all. At the time, I was pretty keen on the idea because it was, a situation where it was a prestigious tournament, I felt like. Which it was. It was when I was a kid. And Keegan won the tournament that year.
Oh.
Yep. And then I think they did one more during COVID, and that's been it. So I guess the Rise of the Warriors tournament is done. But it was all right. It was an okay experience. The relationship with AV broke down afterwards.
Right. Jason says, does a bulldog actually do the work? No, I don't think so.
That would be quite the gimmick, though.
That would be cool. No, I think he means the bulldog glass property maintenance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It would be quite the gimmick if the bulldog came and did your work for you.
That would be cool.
Don't try and get one up on me, Alex Box. I'll send the puppet on to you.
Sorry, Chief. Millennial Man says, will we get a new championship in All-Star soon? I have an idea for it.
Thank you, Millennial Man. Is it called the Puppeteer Championship?
Should we get him to post the idea in the comments?
You can post the idea in the comments or send it through to office@allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au.
Or send it through to the Mitch and Alex Show on Instagram and I'll give it a rate as well.
Don't do that.
Don't do that? Oh, okay. Look, we've got 5 minutes to go. Just shoot your questions and we'll answer them. And
It's been great to see Antonio Diaz here and AV, if that is him.
Yeah, just quickly, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, share it, all that sort of stuff. It'd be...
Who's coming to Padstow August 19th? You got to come. It's going to be good.
David Bullock, any chance Flame and her Rockabilly Man will come to Padstow?
Thank you.
Possibly. That's Tristan Slade, the Rockabilly Man.
Sure.
It's always a possibility. Tristan Slade's never been to Padstow, so look, I'll throw it out there, possibly.
Jason, the Milky Bar Kid. Is that Tommy Trigger? Tommy Trigger, the Milky Bar Kid. I'll send it by email, and it's my intellectual property, so I don't want it stolen.
Excuse me.
No worries, Chief.
I think I like your tone.
Sorry, Big Dog. Hey, if you speak to us like that again, mate, I'm going to put you in timeout. All right?
We'll have the warden put you in solitary.
I'm going to get the warden on your ass.
Big shout out to the warden, by
Just
the way.
quickly, for the last 4 minutes, should we talk about some upcoming shows?
Well, yeah, we can read the questions, whatever you want.
Okay, fair enough. David, we couldn't think of the name. Jason, how many pets do you have, Puppet?
Oh, I got all the best animals, man. My favorite cat, my favorite animal in the whole world. Would you say her name?
Tinker!
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna have an orgasm right next to me.
That gives me so many endorphins. I fucking love my girlfriend's cat. It's not my cat, but still, it is my cat. I fucking love Tinker. She's the fucking best thing in the world. There's a black cat, but I've also got a Sphinx cat, furless little thing.
Bella?
Bella, yeah, she's
Bella.
ugly as hell, but she's called Bella.
Which is funny because Bella means beautiful.
She eats so much and she's minuscule. I've got a freaking a Staffy, half cattle dog. She's the best freaking Staffy ever.
Really? I thought you hate your dogs.
Nah,
Hey,
they're cool.
Puppet.
Jack Russell, he's
Okay.
cool.
Looks
He's
like
my only boy.
He's doing Keegan.
Yeah, Jack Russell.
You got to on a topic he's passionate about.
Yeah. I got Jack Russell. He's the fucking only boy I have. And I got Dalmatian. She is the blackest. Not in that way. She's got a lot of black spots.
Yep.
You will never see a Dalmatian with as many black spots as my
Puppet, can I ask a
Dalmatian.
question?
Yup.
Why do you take the tuna, throw it out of the tin and go, whee! And then it lands on the floor and then the dogs have to eat it? Please explain.
Because they'll clean it.
It's true.
They'll clean it.
That's a good
That's
point.
how I clean my dishes.
That's how he cleans the floor.
I get a pre-clean with my dogs clean all my dishes.
Oh, no.
And I'll just go, wick, 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 and then I invite guests.
Jason goes, whee!
Yeah, see? The people know.
Nah, you're cool. Jason's my new best friend.
Millennial Man says, Alex Box, I'm sorry, don't ban me, please don't ban me. Yeah, that's your final warning button.
Who are you, millennial man?
Puppet, does your house smell like a bunch of animals? I'd assume so.
It's not the worst, except for my disgusting feral Bella Sphinx, the Sphinx cat, furless, naked, minuscule, ugly cat.
That, again, his name
She doesn't
is
even
beautiful.
like me. She pisses on things, and that's a big no-no. So
I will say, in the car trip to Batemans Bay, well, the very first time I got in Tim's car was going to a Padstow show, I think. And I opened the door and I was like, this is the messiest car I've ever seen in my life. And I got in the car and it smelled wonderful.
I was doing pictures with the kids at Batemans, and I had my green shirt that freaking Amy from the, what's it called?
Amy's Crystal Cleaning Services.
Huge fan. She got her husband, a freaking legend, to bring me a puppeteer shirt. Bella pissed on it, and I was taking pictures with the kids at Batemans with cat piss on my shirt.
Millennial Man, I'll get to your question just quickly. Jason said, I explained what was in the car. Look, there was like cherry tomatoes on the floor, and there was like white stains all over the back seat, and it was just
White stains?
Yeah.
You gotta pull out, baby. Or else you'll get a baby.
Hey, keep it PG. We only got a minute left.
Someone could take advice from that.
Millennial Man says, will you ever run Bexley takeover ? Jason says, do it for now.
These guys are funny, man.
They are. Look, I hope to see you guys every week because this was amazing.
This has been a trip. Will we ever run Bexley? No, that's Birdman's building. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he loves the Bexley.
I'm not a mean person.
No, you don't. No, you all.
I just do my own thing. I'm just a simple wrestling promoter.
You are, but you are a bit mean.
Well, you've just put it out there.
Don't cancel him. Don't cancel him. No, look, he's not mean. It's just banter, and I give it back to him. So, yeah, great old bastard.
What else do we have?
Yeah, what else do we have? I don't know.
Look, we'll run long if there's more questions. I don't care.
Here we go. Alex, what does Mitch smell like? Old man.
No way.
It smells like old man.
No way.
I know his jacket kind of smells like carpet, to be honest with you.
Does it? It is a bit of a carpeted type jacket.
Yeah, it smells like carpet. But apart from that, he doesn't smell bad. He just
don't smell particularly good either.
Yeah, Jason, thoughts on people operating classes / schools that shouldn't be? That's a question for the special man.
I think.
I told you I'd go through two of these.
Yeah, look, you've cracked one open at the end of the pod. People who open schools that shouldn't. It's a problem, obviously. There's maybe 2 or 3 wrestling schools in the state that I'd endorse, that being this one, PWA, Newey Pro. The rest, I either don't know enough about. Like, there's an AWS school, which I assume is good, but I don't know enough about it.
BCW school as well.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that one. Then the Rock and Roll School in Wollongong, I've heard, is good as well.
Yeah.
So call it 4. But then there's other schools who I won't name because I don't want to get too controversial. Although I noticed you stopped promoting us as that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad wrestling schools out there. They think they're doing a good job. They'll do some training. They'll chuck you on a show in 2 months, and then you have your neck broken by a woman that shouldn't be in the ring.
Wow. Is that
at a girls' club in Penrith in front of 60 people, while an angry promoter yells at you, "Get back in the ring, you dog!" I don't know if that last bit is true, but the injury at the girls' club did happen.
Millennial Man says, Puppet, will you ever appear on the Piers Osmond podcast?
Yeah, definitely. That guy's gonna need some cool shit on there. He's gonna get the puppet on there, baby. It's gonna be fire. Who are you, millennial man?
Oh, Piers Osmond. Jason says, oofed. I assume in regards to your subtle rate.
Look, you call me controversial, so I need to get controversial at least.
Sorry, typo, Austin. Really? Are you sure it was a typo? Because it was in all caps. I might have to ban you, Millennial Man. Actually, you know what? If you don't give us a name reveal, I'm gonna ban you. Give us a name reveal.
No, what?
I want a name reveal from the Millennial Man.
While we wait for a name reveal, we've got upcoming events in August.
We do
August 12th at the Hamilton North Bowling Club. Our big Newcastle debut featuring a main event of Otis versus Wes Williams for the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight title. It's going to be a cracker. A partial rematch from A Night to Remember 4. Also got an intergender tag team match. Billy Mack and Jesse Daniels team up to take on Keegan and Jasmine Brattle.
Keegan got to get revenge for
And, of course, Orlando Jordan on the card making his return to All-Star Wrestling. August 19th, we're at the iconic Padstow RSL Club. just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
Just around the
The
corner.
iconic Pad Style.
And we've already announced the main event for that one. It's going to be Mike Valuable versus Wes Williams. If he does manage to retain that title for the All-Star Wrestling.
Wow, 2
Heavyweight
defenses
title.
within 7 days. For
You
Wes
don't see
Williams.
that a lot in Aussie wrestling, but Wes
There you go.
Williams is definitely going to run a bit of a
He's
gauntlet.
a fighting champion.
Tickets available, www.allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au.
Wow, that was real radio of you.
I appreciate it.
Just quickly, when will we be getting an announcement of Orlando Jordan's match?
Soon.
Soon. Like an ETA or just soon?
Soon.
Okay. Jason, who would likely win lawn bowls on the All-Star roster?
Ooh, I reckon Aries.
I'd
That
give
guy
it-
wins everything.
I don't know. I'd give it to Mitch. I reckon he's a smoky.
Nah. I
No?
never played lawn bowls.
Never mind.
I had a mate who played lawn bowls, and he was like an old soul. You know, they call people old souls.
Yeah.
He was an
I
old
get
soul.
called an old soul.
He was like 16 years old, and he acted like he was 57.
Oh, okay. I'm not that old.
And he was bitter and angry, and
Oh, that sounds like me. Sounds like me in the car ride last night.
yeah, but I love that guy. And he come to the first All-Star show and never come back. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, sad days.
Okay, so who would win in a lawn bowl?
We'll just give it to Aries because he's the most athletic.
That
Jay,
guy
Jay
wins
Sun
everything.
says Johnny Starr for sure.
Possibly.
Maybe.
He's good.
He's a bit old. Might be in the lawn bowl.
Whoa, you said it, not me,
I
pal.
did. I swear I saw Aries at the Macca's the other day. A guy knows how to wrestle and made bacon cheese.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yeah.
He
Knows
said he
how to
saw
what?
he said he saw Aries at Macca's the other day. Guy knows how to wrestle and make a mean bacon cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why you would have seen Aries at McDonald's, but I guess it is what it is.
I don't know. He's the Eastern States champion. He'd be on great money. I don't know why he'd need to.
Talking about Alex Box.
Well, I'm still waiting for this name reveal. He said the debut of my name coming soon. Hey,
Oh,
it'd have to be Andrew Venables, then, wouldn't it?
It better be on
I
this
know
podcast.
someone who promotes their big reveals like that.
You better not reveal it in Austin Pierre.
He's
podcast.
making his debut on the Mitch and Alex podcast.
Yes.
Hey.
That would be nice.
Then next week he'll give us another letter. It'll be N, then D. He'll stretch this out for 12 weeks. He'll stretch it out for 12 weeks, and we'll be at Andrew Venn by then. Hold it together, Alex Box. You're losing it.
Sorry, you just popped me huge. Jason, Pretty Little Lights. What?
Pretty little
What are you blokes in this comment section on about? We've run 6 minutes overtime.
It's all right. Look, we'll run with it. These guys are funny as.
Pretty
I'd like to hang out with this Jay Son and Millennial Man.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah,
Maybe
interesting
if you
cats.
guys hit us up, maybe you can jump on the podcast. Jason on the chalk. Who's on the chalk? Mitch Maccas or Hungry Jacks? Oh.
You know what? It's a tough one. Macca's is convenient because there's more of them.
Mm.
You know, and
Are
everybody
the burgers better at Hungry Jacks?
they are. Yep.
Wow.
You get some veggies in there, which you want to get that when you're in my
I was
position.
gonna say, you don't look like a weak menu.
Whoa, hey. I am. Well, Alex Box, you are going to get ripped tonight. Hungry Jack's is better. They got better chips, better burgers.
They do have better
Dare I say, better drinks as well.
chicken tenders. Jason said.
Not really a chicken tenders, but
Really?
no.
You're a Wicked Wings guy, aren't you?
Well, we can wings guy.
Personally, I prefer Macca's. Alex Box is so rude, fat shaming, cancelled on Reddit.
No!
Wow.
Please
I'm not
don't
even
cancel.
fat.
Nah, he's not.
I'm just a bit chubby, please.
No, look, he's not fat, but he's really like he's out of shape in the sense that he gets gassed really
I
quickly.
do, yeah. I tried to give a DDT and a drop toe hold at training.
And he hurt himself.
I injured my finger and it's
What do
been
you mean?
sore for 2
We'll kick
weeks.
the footy around for 10 minutes outside and he gets gassed.
I'm like a smoker, but I don't smoke. Sorry, guys, I'm a smoker.
Jason, weirdest combo of food you eat?
I don't know. I'm not that weird of a guy.
Yeah,
Nah.
you seem pretty basic.
I am basic. Like my partner is a professional chef, and she always wants me to try things. And I'm like, nah, just give me a ravioli from the takeaways shop up the street.
And she brought you a kebab from the fish shop.
Yeah, and I got sick off it. Let me tell you, the kebab shop in Batemans Bay, one of them. I don't remember which.
Shoot fight? Birdman.
Whoa, just
Birdman.
cut him off like that.
Sorry.
It was actually a question for me, Puppeteer. Alex Box, who would win, Psychotic, TNT, or Birdman in a shoot fight? I've got to back our boy, the Birdman.
Bro, that guy's crazy, man.
Maybe 20 years ago.
What?
I don't know.
The guy's crazy. In a good way.
That's interesting.
Come on, man. Birdman, baby.
Millennial Man, imagine burying your future wrestling career live on podcasts.
Millennial Man's a smart man.
Yeah,
He knows the go.
You don't
Millennial
say
Man.
that.
Mitch, if you were going to outer space and you could bring 3 things with you, what would you take? Certainly not Alex Box.
No.
Nah.
I'd have to take, like, my phone. No, maybe not my phone.
Your laptop.
I'm a laptop guy. Laptop charger, and something for internet so that I could keep providing content for the great All-Star Wrestling Australia fans.
And who would take over in your absence?
Well, certainly not you.
Yeah.
I'd give it to the puppet before you.
Wow. Antonio Diaz says, I love AWF shows at the moment. Mitch, if you could poach 5 talents from AWF, who would you poach? Jason says, do they even have 5 wrestlers?
Does Paris the Silver still work for them?
No,
You
he
never
went to
worked- you
PWA,
never
mate.
worked with them.
Ah, shit.
Who's
I like-
AWF got these days? Let's be fair to this question.
There's, I think the tag team champions are Tobias and Akel.
Yeah, no. TNT, I'd take.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got DJ Sonic. Would you take DJ Sonic?
Yo, wicked, wow.
I tried to send him a nice message and he ignored it. So me and DJ have beat.
Oh wow.
I'm not cool with this guy, bro. I'm a DJ and I talk to losers like
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's too cool to talk to.
Yeah, bro, I get chicks as
The guy
well.
that says, "Oh, I can't. I don't want to work." Your shows
Obviously,
because
Rev
that's
Death on the top of the list.
That's all about you, Alex.
What's going on?
I'm trying to bury DJ Sonic
Sorry.
here. DJ Sonic says that we booked too many Wrestle Strong Dojo guys,
Really?
but we got none.
I was gonna say I didn't know we had any Wrestle Strong.
I don't even know what that is. But it's,
Keep it that way, Puppet. That's a smart move.
Aries, the king of the dream matches, says Antonio Diaz. He also says he'd love to see TNT in an all-star ring, him versus Aries. TNT versus
What about TNT versus Jay?
That was Aries' debut match, was it not?
I don't know. That's a question for Aries.
I think it was.
Well, I had
Jason
Hoffman.
says 30 minutes plus of boringness. Wow.
Who said that?
Jason.
30 minutes plus of boringness from us?
I don't know. Maybe he meant Aries versus TNT.
Oh, maybe we're only
Um,
10 minutes over of boring.
Millennial Man says, Mitch, what happened to the partnership with Kingdom? Was there ever a partnership?
There was in 2019.
I like that dude.
I was too young.
Graham something.
I was in year 8.
He's cool.
That made me feel old. What? I was in year 8 in 2019.
That does make me feel old.
Mate,
The situation with Kingdom, I'll answer the question. There was some things that we all agreed to between both parties, and none of it really ever come to fruition. And there was a lot of, hey, we're working with All Star, hey, we're not, hey, we are, hey, we're not, and things just kept changing. And then they went out of business, or they ceased trading, whatever they said. And I made my move to go into Newcastle, thinking that they weren't there anymore. And then they come back and they're upset about it. So I don't know. That's on them. It's not my problem. Shouldn't have ceased trading.
And
cool.
Antonio Diaz says, when will we see Grant Lindstrom and Falco come back to fight for the gold? And he also says, Kingdom is fun. I want to go up there soon and work. Zuzu.
sweet.
Do you? Do you really? Falco and Grant, I'm not too sure about.
Yeah, the elite tag team. Former All-Star tag team champion.
It's true.
Did they ever get their rematch?
No, I don't think we want that. Next question, please.
Falco's a legend.
Zuzu
I love Falco.
Zuzu is talented and jacked. He's certainly one of those things.
It's strictly only one.
Yeah,
This is Antonio Diaz guy. He loves everyone.
he does.
Who's your favorite All-Star wrestler, Antonio Diaz?
That is good. I'd like to hear that, but I don't need to.
Millennial Man says, what happened with Elvis? I heard he got into a shoot fight backstage and lost, and that's why he never returned.
No, that didn't happen. He came in as a one-off and he beat Falco, and that was it.
Antonio Diaz says, did Zuzu do All-Star? Jason says Zuzu was the smallest. Smallest? No, smelliest. Sorry, I read that.
Oh, well.
Wow, he was smelly.
I can't confirm that, but he did work an All-Star show once, and once was enough. No disrespect.
Antonio Diaz says, Elvis sucks. I reckon I could take him.
Possibly. I doubt it.
He is a former UFC.
Former UFC fighter that still trains. So
Yeah. That's rough.
I ain't touching that.
No,
No
he'd
way.
smash all of us at once.
Jason Zuzu was the smelliest. How do you know that, Jason? That's what I want.
Maybe he's one of the old Wollongong fans because that's where Zuzu was.
Jason Zuzu.
Is it? Jason says, is it true someone had to piss in a bottle backstage?
I would.
Not to my knowledge. No.
Yeah,
I would.
you would, but like not
willingly.
but just because you wanted to, not because you didn't have a choice.
Sorry.
Antonio Diaz says, can you book Mikey Nichols?
Yes, I mentioned before that I'd like to do that.
Millennial Man, Puppeteer, why did you enter the Rumble with a broken leg? Very brave. Because it was cool, baby. And then Jack Dullahan, who I've got beef with, eliminated me straight away.
He did.
I am down with that. That's not very nice.
Antonio Diaz says, I reckon me and Mikey Nichols would rip it up.
Oh.
That's a big call. That's a big
I haven't
call.
seen Antonio Diaz wrestle in a long time, so that might be true. You know,
Never seen him wrestle.
he was a wrestler back in the day, and that's where I leave
Yeah, I'd like to see Keegan versus Mikey Nichols because that was originally the match.
it. No, the match was originally Mikey Nichols.
Sorry, it
versus
was Kingston. Yeah, I would like to see Keegan versus Mikey Nichols.
It could possibly happen. We'll see.
This question's going to take 5 minutes to answer. Millennial Man says, Puppet, you going to fight Jack Dullahan?
Absolutely. And we're going to steal the show. And he's going to whoop my ass, but I'm going to get him because I'm rookie and I need a bit of experience. And I'll get better. I'm going to kick his ass.
It's gonna be like Rocky 1. Like
Yeah.
he wins, but you come so close, Puppeteer.
Yeah.
Jason says, is there one talent, or if there was one talent you could book who is available and a big budget, who would it be? So I assume it'd be someone who's worth a lot of money.
That's available in the current wrestling scene. There's not a lot of free agents out there, is there? Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Unless she's under contract with New Japan. I don't know her status. But
Well, she was one of the champions, so maybe.
if money wasn't an option, I'd love to bring Sasha Banks to the Padstow RSL, have her wrestle the First Lady of All-Star, Jasmine Brattle, and then have a banger, and the people would love it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks.
Antonio Diaz, is Kingston coming back to All-Star? He's great. I think we answered that before. It'll be a bit tough for him because he's over in New Zealand with his family.
Yeah. But I'd love to have him back.
This chat's really slowing down. Come on, guys, pick up the pace.
It's all good. Sorry.
We're
Did I just blow the vibe by saying it's all good? Was that a rap?
yeah,
Did I just rap this?
yeah, just a little bit. Yeah,
Sorry.
only a tiny bit.
I'm sorry.
Millennial Man says, "Why did you bring in Billy Mack? Was it the NCPW matches?"
Her boyfriend.
Who are these
is
guys?
A mean dude.
Jeez.
He bloody did this crazy move on Jasmine.
Yeah.
Keys is going to get revenge on that. He's got a lot of these crazy dealing with J Law.
Jason, favorite movie or three?
What?
He asked what our favorite movie is. Real creative. I like it.
No, let's get to Billy Mack. Billy Mack, she did the All-Star Tour of far northern New South Wales, and she was a consummate professional. And I knew her to be great at what she does, so bring Billy Mack in, why not? And she's really stepped up to the plate. Can't say enough good things about her. She's great. But no, it was not the NCPW matches.
Fair enough. Jason says, favorite movie, all three.
I don't mind.
East of Eden. That's mine.
Oh, what's that? I don't even know
It's
what that
James
is.
Dean's first movie.
Who?
James Dean's first movie.
Hell yeah. Keys has got the James Dean eyes.
Yep.
I like them apples. I got to watch that.
What's your favorite movie, Bob?
I know, top 3. Scary Movie 2, Meet the Spartans. Sorry about this. And the last one is Watchmen, this comic book film.
Oh, but can you not flip off our
Oh, yeah,
loyal
can you not do
fans?
that?
I'll
Look,
do it in reverse.
we just lost viewers.
Sorry for
Anyway.
those.
My favorite movie, that stuff, I've got a few that I like. There's this movie called Chef, featuring Jon Favreau. It's a really good movie. I just watched A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks. That one was banger. And one of my all-time favorites is School of Rock. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. So, yeah.
School of Rock.
Yeah, you a School of Rock fan? Mitch, comment?
No.
No? Have you ever seen the other two?
What were they? I wasn't listening.
Yeah, of course you have. A Man Called Otto.
Never
Tom
seen
Hanks. That's a newer one. And what was the other one? Chef. Jon Favreau. On stand.
Never
That's
seen
correct.
it. No.
Um,
Not really a movie guy.
really?
I'm a wrestling guy. That's my life.
Yeah, fair enough. Antonio Diaz, when Alex Box debuts, I would like to wrestle him. I think we could have a dream match.
Hey, we'll book it on the student show, Antonio. I remember meeting you at Yo Loco about a year ago. We had a nice chat, and you mentioned you wanted to come to All Stars. So, look, if you want to wrestle this man here, you can.
Really?
You know who Antonio Diaz is?
I
He's
can't
about
say I
130 kilos. He'll kill you.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Sorry.
do.
Rest
It's
in
like double my body
I'm
weight.
actually surprised to see Antonio Diaz in the chat. Like,
Millennial Man says, Alex Box, I reckon you would do well in a pool match. Can I book you in one? Antonio Diaz says, what is a pool match?
yeah, what is a pool match?
Why'd you laugh at that? Because it seems you know what a pool match is.
No, it's just the lunacy of a pool match. Like, what are we gonna do? Bring a swimming pool into the Padstow RSL
Yeah,
and
maybe.
you wrestle someone in it?
Maybe outside the RSL.
Maybe.
In the car
I
park.
don't think they'd appreciate that too
No,
much.
they wouldn't. It's when you wrestle in a pool. Yeah, okay.
No, I don't want to book that.
Nah.
No, that sounds something. That sounds weird.
What? Preferably in DTs.
What is it?
Preferably in DTs.
Dirty trunks?
Dirty trunks? Maybe.
This is some weird fetish. Line.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna ban you, Andrew Venables. Be careful, mate. Jason says inspiration for All Star Mitch.
The inspiration for All Star, or what inspires me?
Or what inspired you to found All Star?
I don't know, really.
You told me this story.
Yeah, I was walking with my missus. We were going to get fish and chips, and there was a little community hall in Unanderra. And I said, I'd like to run wrestling shows, and it was meant to be like a charity thing. We're going to do one show a year. Then we're just like, why not do it regularly? I had the funds to do it. I've always had a bit of a business mind, always had a wrestling mind. So I did some research. I saved the money to buy the ring, and here we are, 5.5 years later. It was a good decision. I never thought it'd get this big. But look at me now. I'm sitting here.
Oh, look at me now.
Look at me now. Sitting here at All Star HQ. I got fucking 2 wrestling rings now. One on loan, one actually I own.
Yeah, it's a great ring.
It's a great time, and I'm so pleased that I did it.
Look, we've been going almost 2 hours. So
Hey, but if he wants to know the inspiration of actual like the All Star itself, it's a mix of like ECW and Ring of Honor.
But like older Ring of Honor.
Older Ring of Honor, not modern, but
No.
that's the 2 wrestling promotions that I really enjoyed. So it's a mix of that and then my own, feelings on things.
Just quickly, who is your favorite ECW star and who is your favorite Ring of Honor star?
Shane Douglas for ECW. He's one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time.
Featured on a wrestling show last night.
Was he? Well, you tell me. No, I love Shane Douglas in ECW. He's a total package. A lot of people say he was shit, but I don't know what they're thinking. Like, he was amazing. And favorite Ring of Honor guy, I was actually watching a tribute to Jimmy Rave today. You know him?
No.
He's like a mid-card Ring of Honor guy, and he was really good. But
I've heard the name.
of course, you can't go past CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson.
I'm a huge Nigel McGuinness fan.
He's good too. Yep. A lot of those guys were really good.
Millennial Man says, would you ever get Blake Stone back?
I'd like to, but I think he's retired now.
Mm.
I haven't seen him wrestle in a while. We're still Facebook friends and all that. There's no beef or heat. He's just, I don't think he wants to wrestle anymore. He's still big on his fitness, though, so he could easily make a return.
Antonio Diaz says, the franchise AKL. Millennial Man says, the Buzz Fly guy. Antonio Diaz says, I think I could have a dream match with AKL. I just want to say, Antonio Diaz, you think you can have a dream match with everyone? It's kind of funny. Hey,
Maybe he's just that good.
Are you the dream match? Is that your thing? I don't know.
It's like he's like Kenny Omega. Like, you put someone with him and it's a dream match.
David Bullock says, I'm in trouble for sitting here eating dinner, still listening to you all. Sorry, David.
We're entertaining.
We are. I hope your family's loving the podcast as well.
Tell them I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, about the language. Puppet.
Yeah.
Sorry about the language. Sorry that you're sexy as well, by the way.
What?
You know? Is that Erica Reed?
Oh boy.
Millennial Man says, would you bring Mason Charles from Queensland?
Possibly. He's a great wrestler. I think he just lives in Townsville or something, and that's probably a bit too far to fly someone. But
Jason
never know.
says, Antonio, you can't even get up off the mat.
That's brutal.
Millennial Man says every time Rev Death wrestles, it's a dream match because I fall asleep during them.
I like the Rev. Hey,
Antonio Diaz says I get paid the big bucks to do what I do. I reckon me and Mason Childs dream match.
There you go.
Mitch, all I ask for is 50.
You could buy a beer with that.
One singular beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could shout me Macca's. It only costs 30 for Mitch. David Bullock says he's had the AirPods on, so you're in the clear.
You're in the clear.
You're in the clear. However, I don't know that I'd rebook you on the podcast. Sorry.
I would. He's been a treat.
Or I'll get Birdman instead. Sorry, bye everyone. Birdman. Sorry.
Hey, Birdman, come in.
Nah,
Birdman's
bring
the Birdman.
tea parties. Why you guys having tea
Birdman's
parties
been
for?
inside the house. He's had a nice home cooked meal.
Jason says, who would win in a fight between High Octane and Big Rev?
I was meant to go back to Queensland, but I forgot to book a flight, you see. Anyways, Jesus Christ, is that how long I've been on? I bet you guys have been going to this podcast forever, so we've got a little bit of lies here. No tea parties here, you see. We're just doing the real stuff. It's just a shoot over here, mate. I do it for the fans. How are you, Mitch? You going all right? You missed the start.
I've missed you, Birdman.
Dick me dead and bury me pregnant.
Now, Queensland's better than Sydney.
Antonio Diaz said, oh, wait, no, I've missed some questions. Millennial Man says, whatever happened to the massive ring announcer? He wrestles in APW, no chance for a dream match versus Ray. What?
That's what happened. He wrestles now, but I don't think he's trained. Big shout out to Guy Brooker.
Antonio Diaz says, who's on the next episode? Hopefully Keegan Brenner will be back. Hopefully. If you're
I'm
listening.
hoping for the puppet, really. See you, puppet.
Goodbye, puppet.
Jason says, who would win in a fight between High Octane and Big Rev?
Oh, I'd have to give it to the Octane. He's a Hall of Famer. Do you know this High Octane fella?
No.
Let me tell you about it. One of Canberra's most popular and famous wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Great wrestler, like a 10 out of 10 guy. Really nice guy. Like, he's always commenting positive stuff on the Facebook. I saw a match that he had with this guy named Rex, also a great wrestler, and they killed it.
Sorry, the Birdman's throwing me off.
Oh, yeah, he's throwing me off too. Also a friend of the Birdman, this High Octane fella. But Hall of Famer, like a 10-time Australian champion. I think he's won a few world titles as well.
Wow.
And they held like this Hall of Fame banquet for him and his family because he's just that good. So, Box, after this finishes, I want you to go home because I'm going inside. But I want you to go home, search High Octane matches, and just enjoy them.
Yep.
As we all do.
No tea parties.
He's not a tea party, no.
Antonio says, me and Big Bucks Brooker?
Big Buck Brooker.
Buck would be mental. Ring couldn't handle it. Jason says, Chicken George, you fat cat. Millennial Man says, Birdman, how you going? Antonio Diaz says, I thought you were in Rockhampton.
Came back to Sydney, mate. Queensland can go F itself. Now, I'll be back there soon because it's better than Sydney. I'll be there for a while. Actually, I always contradict myself. But there's no tea parties up there, you see. It's straight shoot styles.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Millennial Man says, Birdman, would you have a shoot fight against some fat cats?
Mate, all the fat cats. Honestly, I'm the biggest fat cat and the underdog at the same time. As I said, I always contradict myself. But I do it for the fans, mate.
Dave Bullock says, can we get Phil on sometime? He's right here.
He's right here.
He's right here.
Phil and Birdman, they're both so different, but they're actually both the same. See, I contradict myself all the time, you see. No tea parties, straight shoot styles.
He looks like a hand, so I've had to move it over.
Can't say Mr. Star anymore.
There I am.
The promotion is no tea party, mate.
No, we're no tea party.
I love APW. Don't put a G at the end or you're going to have a problem. That's J-Law territory. See, that guy, you see, just like FWA will.
What's the next question, Bob?
Jason says, Birdman can take a Macca's tray.
He can, yeah. We went to the first APW show, me and some friends, and he got smashed in the head with a Macca's tray. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Millennial Man, Birdman, I'm broken down on the F1. Can you come get me?
Oh, I'll come and help you out. No worries, mate. I'm always there to help out, mate. We're like family, you and me.
You said been waiting 2 hours in a tow truck.
Oh, shit. Where are you again? I'm going to go to Queensland soon. I've got a plane soon. I better book that shit now.
Antonio Diaz says, I reckon if I do ring crew, chuck me in against Orlando Jordan.
Hey, Antonio, that's a possibility. Just send those 2 matches and a resume to office@allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au.
Office at All Star. Don't send any dick pic. Mitch doesn't like all
No
that.
dick pics, please.
He doesn't like
I
that.
feel like that's a prerequisite. But
Don't send anything inappropriate, please.
Dave Bullock says, no, ring announcer Phil. He'd like ring announcer Phil on the podcast.
Oh, ring announcer Phil. Possibility,
That
yeah.
is a possibility. Maybe we can speak to him.
My ring announcer Phil just goes and meditates at 3 a.m. in the morning. No, that's Tea Party stuff for me, mate. It's just straight shoot style for me, mate.
Well,
I don't know if we can read that last one out loud.
Birdman loves a pre-workout sniff. He does. Let me tell you the story. Well, we're shooting here, are we not?
All right.
We're going to be here for 3 hours, I swear to God.
I hope not. I'm going to get home.
So the situation is he will get creatine just from the shop, and he'll line it up on a table, and he'll grab money, usually his payday for the show, and he'll just sniff it up, and he'll be like, Mitch, I just snorted pre-workout, mate. But it's nothing illegal.
Do you do that, Birdman?
Are you mocking me or stuff? No, that's all good, mate. You and me are all good, mate. We hate beef, but then it's like heat, but now we're like, oh no, nothing
We're like
but
brothers.
love coming from me, mate.
That's right.
Nothing but love.
And I appreciate you on the podcast.
Thank you.
Millennial Man says, will ring announcer Phil debut as a wrestler?
Possibly. Yeah. Well, if he trains. He's expressed some interest in training. If he trains, he could.
Jay Sun says, empty your bowels, Birdman. Antonio Diaz says, yeah, I would like to hear Phil on the pod. Ring announcer Phil.
There we go.
Millennial Man says, Alex, you got school tomorrow? I do not. I'm on holidays, mate. I'm living life. Sleep until 3 p.m. every day. It's a treat.
He's living the life.
I am. Look, we've been going for 2 hours. I think we should wrap it up.
Who are our sponsors again?
Yeah, plug the sponsors.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to episode number 3 of the Mitch and Alex Show. Unfortunately, not featuring Keegan Brettle, featuring the Puppeteer and the Birdman.
Great shoot style, no tea parties.
Oh, hold on. There's one last question. I'd like to answer this one. Millennial Man says, Alex, what wrestling do you watch on a daily basis? Apart from All Star.
Watches a lot of All Star.
I do. I watch a lot of All Star. WWE. I don't mind some Impact, but I don't watch it on a daily basis. I was a huge AEW fan just after it started, but then quickly fizzled out because I was like, nah, this isn't it anymore.
Smart man.
I do like to watch a lot of like early 2010s WWE, or even like 08, 09, that period, because that's what got me into wrestling. Thoughts on Impact in Wagga? I don't know. I didn't watch it, to be honest with you.
I didn't watch it either, and I think we gave the thoughts on last week's episode.
Yeah, we did.
That it was a good idea, a good concept, but just not executed as well as it could have been.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it, at least.
Yeah, definitely. I know I didn't watch it. I heard Steve Macklin got like pretty badly injured.
I don't even know who that is.
He was. Do you remember that? No, he wouldn't, because you're not a WWE guy either. Yeah, I know. I like 2009 SmackDown is what made me fall in love with wrestling. So, what will the title of this episode be? Oi, dickhead.
Oh, sorry, I was falling asleep at your boring answer.
Featuring Birdman, no tea parties. That's what it's called.
Oh, I like the WWE in 2009.
Yeah, it
That's
was like-
okay. Heard Steve Macklin got injured. Nobody cares, Alex.
Shit, sorry, I don't know. Like
Fuck me.
Jeff Hardy and Edge. That's what made me fall in love with wrestling.
Someone's
so I
fallen
liked it.
asleep at the wheel and driven off the fucking cliff here and here. Sorry, Box. Love you, but still.
Chuck up highlights from Batemans Bay. I couldn't make it. I want to see Puppeteers, man.
Who said that?
Antonio Diaz.
He's straight shoot style. No
Actually,
tea
I did receive the majority of the Batemans Bay footage today, so hopefully I'll have a look, and if it's worthy of the YouTube, I'll put it up. It looked pretty good from what little I've seen. So
Jason says WWE in 2009 put me to sleep. I don't know, man. I was 4 years old. I loved it. All right, leave me alone.
I love this guy.
Antonio Diaz says he was an extra in 09.
Antonio Diaz was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't know that. All right. That's Antonio. That's cool.
Will we see the content? Millennial Man says. Well, that just was answered. Antonio Diaz says Kofi Kingston walked past me backstage. I waved. Did he wave back at you? Chase on an extra beef patty.
Extra beef patty.
Yeah.
All right. We're
Okay.
gonna
Yeah, all right, we're wrapping it
we're
up.
gonna wrap things up, Box. You
Um,
plugged the sponsors, did you not?
12th
No, I did
of
not.
August, we're going to Newcastle. I won't be there because I'm staying in Queensland, but it's going to be good.
That's
19th
right.
of August, iconic. Badstow RSL. It's going to be crazy. The return of Jack Dallahan. I won't be there because I'm staying in Queensland.
August 12th, the Hamilton North Bowling Club. August 19th, at the iconic Badstow RSL
That's
Club.
right.
Get your tickets at www.allstarwrestlingaustralia.com.au. I'm sure everyone in this chat will be there because there doesn't seem to be that many people.
No, there's 5 people there.
I'm sure all 5 of them will be there.
I'm sure the 120 people that watch this whole 2 hours and 5 minutes are going to be there.
Nah, most of them are other workers, just seeing if we're shooting on them. you know?
Yeah, fair
Like,
enough.
people will be up in arms.
I
this
have
week.
I have been blocked over this. So
Yes, yeah. By 5.
yeah.
Oh, stop.
He's noticed, Fivey, he's noticed.
I have noticed. But yeah,
He was
thank
banged
you.
up about it too.
I was, yeah, I had a little cry.
Thank you to our sponsors.
I was just about to get there, Birdman. Give
Oh,
me a
sorry,
rest,
man.
mate.
No,
Shit.
you're doing a good job.
Far out. Thank you to Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance, Amy's Crystal Cleaning Services, and Raptastic Graphics for sponsoring this podcast. Any details on these guys, head to our socials and give them a
There's
like.
still people
What
going.
is
Jay Sun
Raptastic
says
Graphics?
Mitch is going to get Sunday night heat. Phil Picasso should pass on the Birdman giving to the Puppeteer.
No, that's very smart. Handing over the torch, you said.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week. See you later.